Welcome in, welcome. Welcome everyone to the 2026 NFL Draft live stream. Super excited for this one. Super excited. Just the culmination of everything, all the mock drafts, all the wondering, all the questions we had finally going to get answered tonight. Hopefully the stream's doing well. I'm going to make sure everything's good on a technical side of things. And then we'll talk about really what we're expecting and what maybe we're not expecting, but that could happen in the draft. Oh man, it is a bittersweet feeling starting the draft, all the work that goes into it, all the predictions, all the mocks, all the scouting, the tape, but it's time. It is time for the NFL draft. Which is always fun to say. So apparently people are calling in on Nico Collins. Nico Collins has been asked about, and I think it's probably a pretty quick conversation. Sort of a, no, he's not available, and then hang up the phone. I think that's all that amounts to. I do think it's interesting to see that. I don't think Nick Caserio's trading Nico Collins. I think he means too much to this franchise. You also, I don't know if you're that confident in Jaden Higgins to even step up and be the number one. If you're trading Nico, you better be getting a number one, like a true number one in my eyes. I just don't see it happening. I think they like Nico Collins too much. I think it'd be very shocking, to say the very least. But in terms of trading up and trading down, it could go either way. Up until yesterday, we were told that they were most likely going to trade down, and that was all the reporting had been. The Houston Texans are trading down. They're a most likely trade down candidate, and that's what they'd been calling in about. Maybe they just decided that they weren't going to be able to get a clear-cut trade down opportunity. And so they were like, you know what? We don't want to pick at 28. We believe there's better prospects in the top, first chunk of the draft, and they might be willing to trade up now. Just super interesting. But either way, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. Definitely expect them to move. I'd say it's definitely most probable that they move and they don't pick at 28. Obviously, you have to have a counterparty and all that, yada, yada, yada. But if you believe anything these people are saying, it's that they're going to trade up or down, either way. And I don't think Nico Collins gets traded. I'll double check that if I see anything, though. Vulcan says ready for Sadiq to be a Texan. That's what it's looking like, man. Everyone's saying Vega or Sadiq. I think Vega goes top 10. I think Vega, there's a solid chance Vega goes top 10 or top 15. I don't know if they're going to be able to get Vega. Obviously the guard out of Penn State, but he also says Nico not going anywhere. I hope not, man. I got the jersey on right here, so I really hope he doesn't go anywhere. I don't think he will. I think it's just I think, like I said, I think it was a short conversation. Hey, is Nico available? No. Hang up the phone. That's all I think it was. So I think the draft is going to be really exciting once we get past the Raiders pick, because then it just topples down. Everything happens. So let's make sure I can pull this up. Okay, yeah, clutch. So yeah, you see the Raiders pick at 1. That's Mendoza. Pencil that in. It was minus 20,000 odds, which means you have to bet $20,000 to win $100 if Mendoza is not the first overall pick. So it's Mendoza. And then at 2 is interesting. It's either between edge rusher out of Texas Tech, David Bailey, or it's Arvell Reese, probably out of Ohio State. There's a little bit of Jeremiah Love chatter at 2, but I think he's mainly the third pick. I think Jeremiah Love could be the third pick. The Cardinals could trade out, and someone could trade into 3 to pick Jeremiah Love, or he could go to the Titans at 4. So that's where it gets interesting. It's going to get interesting right away. And then if you're wondering where the Texans could pick, I think it could be anywhere from 13 to 20. 13 to 21 is where the Texans could trade up into. Obviously, they could trade out of the first round as well. But it's going to be exciting. As soon as that Mendoza pick gets in, we're already going to be excited because there's going to be a lot of stuff that could happen. Vulcan says if we get Vega, this line will be elite. I agree, man. If Vega's there at 28, which he won't be, but like let's say they trade up to 20 and Vega's there. Yeah, you could sell me on that 100%. You could sell me on that. I think he's one of the best offensive linemen in the class. Yeah, I mean, he's by far the best guard in the class. But I do want to talk about some nightmare scenarios real quick, not to get negative, but just to kind of tell you guys what I'm thinking. I don't want to see Chase Bisontis in the first round. I'm sorry. I know there was some chatter. It's not for me. I'm good on Chase Bisontis in the first round. I'm good on linebacker. Don't really need to see a linebacker in the first round either. Like, I'm good on that. I guess if I had to see a linebacker, maybe Jacob Rodriguez, maybe CJ Allen. But that, even then, it's just such a good linebacker class. I don't need to see a linebacker in the first round. So no linebacker, no Bisontis, and I wouldn't be super excited about Blake Miller. I wouldn't be super excited about Emmanuel Pregnon either. But that's just me. That's just me. All right, what time is it? We should be kicking off soon. I got about 3 minutes till it starts. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it's a wide open field. It's a wide open field. Anything could happen. The Texans are in such a great spot from free agency to where they could literally draft any position and you wouldn't really bat your eye at it. And I really mean even if they took a receiver at 28, like, I wouldn't think it's outrageous. I mean, it would be shocking, but like, it's not something you cry about by any stretch of the imagination. Feel free to get active in the chat, guys, as well. I'll be reading everybody's chats, so feel free to do that. Oh, I missed one. D tackle. Yeah, I mean, D tackle is interesting in the first round. I think they've met with Kristen Miller. They haven't met with Peter Woods. They haven't met with Caleb Banks. I actually have a screenshot of the top 30 visits they did, according to Aaron Wilson. D tackle is interesting. If they're going to take a D tackle at 28, it's probably going to be Kristen Miller. That's probably where they're going to go. Honestly, the trade up could be for Kristen Miller as well, the Georgia defensive tackle. If they're really just wanting to solidify their guy, I wouldn't love it. I wouldn't love trading up for Kristen Miller. I wouldn't really love trading up for any D tackle. I think there's going to be a lot of good D tackles at 39 where they pick as well on day 2. But it wouldn't shock me if that's what they did. Again, I could see D'Amico Ryans just falling in love with a defensive player, whether it's Zion Young, the edge rusher, Malachi Lawrence out of UCF. He's been getting some hype. He's probably going to go in the first round. He was like a top 70 pick for like a majority of the draft, and now he's just shot up into the first round. So keep your eyes out for Malachi Lawrence, because there's a chance D'Amico Ryans falls in love with Malachi Lawrence or Zion Young and takes an edge rusher at 28. Like, that's on the table. I wouldn't say it's likely, it's on the table. Again, I think Kenyon Sadiq makes the most sense. You have a huge hole at tight end too. Cade Stover hasn't been getting it done. Brevin Jordan's been injured. It makes the most sense, but who knows? What do you think about Max Ahina-Chor? A lot of people have been mocking him in the first round to us. Yeah, it's a tricky one. So here's the thing. If you're going to take a developmental tackle in the first round, I want it to be Max Ahina-Chor. Assuming Spencer Fano isn't there, assuming, Maui Noah can't play guard, like Ahina-Chor, I don't know. Ahina-Chor is my favorite tackle for the Texans. That being said, tackle's like the third thing I would do. Like, I wouldn't do tackle in the first round. I would do edge rusher before that, and I would do D tackle before that. I'd also do the trade up for Kenyon Sadiq before I did that. The reason why I like Ahina-Chor, though, as the tackle, is the whole thing with Ahina-Chor is he could be all-pro tackle in 2 years, right? So I want that upside. I don't want Blake Miller, who's going to be solid and can play right now, because we don't need Ahina-Chor to play right now. We have Trent Brown backing up Braden Smith and Ariante Ursary. So I like the Ahina-Chor pick for tackle because it's more future-looking. You could have an all-pro on your hands once he learns the position, once he fills in, gets some reps. But again, I think there's a lot better uses of the pick that you could do. So, let's see, is Goodell talking yet? No, he's not. I don't think so. But yeah, I'd say D tackle makes the most sense. So you have like the trade up for Sadiq, D tackle, developmental tackle. I don't really like the guard selection unless it's like Vega. But yeah, you could take Pregnon at 28. But at that point, like, just trade back. Oh, there's Mendoza. Mendoza looks so nervous. Why does he look so nervous, man? He looks so nervous. That's actually... You're going number 1, bro. You're chilling. Jeremiah Love. Dude, he just looks so big. He looks so big at that running back spot. Vulcan says, facts, if it isn't the top tackles, then we would wait on tackle. Yeah, the thing is, your tackle's not going to start right away. He'd actually be 4th on the depth chart. So if you take a tackle in the first round, he's replacing Blake Fisher. And then he's sitting behind Braden Smith, Trent Brown, and Ariante Ursary. So that's why I'm like, if he's not going to play right away, go for the developmental guy who could be amazing. Go for Ahina Core. Or just don't pick tackle. Like, wait on tackle. That's the other idea. All right, we are getting started, guys. It is happening. Texans Tangents, happy draft to you as well. Shout out to Texans Tangents. And Texans Takeover, not to be confused with Texans Tangents, just texted me. He said he's hyped. I am hyped as well, bro. I am hyped as well. It is starting. They are doing the opening ceremony. I'm nervous, man. Why am I nervous? I have no input into this. I don't contribute to all of this. I'm nervous. Don't F it up, man. Don't F it up. That's all. Oh, the annual booing for Goodell.
We have over 300,000 people. Let's go. He's here.
The boos. Boo. Boo.
NFL Draft. We are proud to be here in a city built on grit, built on steel, and home of one of the most dominant franchises in history.
The rowdy towels, man.
Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers.
TJ Watt's up there with Hayward, I believe. Yeah, Hayward.
But tonight we're going to celebrate.
The monologue, man. Get this out of here, bro. I don't care about any of this.
I didn't come alone. Steelers captain, 8-time Pro Bowler and Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
And the heart and soul of the Steelers.
While we wait for the monologue to finish, I will say, again, there's a lot of areas that we should be paying close attention to in the draft. Not only for funsies, but the trade in front of the Titans at 3, obviously the Titans at 4, seeing who they select. If they get Love, I'm going to be very pissed off. I'll say that much. Obviously, the Colts don't have a first-round pick. And but yeah, just seeing how things fall as well. Really, it's going to start immediately after Mendoza goes. It's going to be very interesting to see who goes. So Hayward's giving a speech. I'm sorry, I don't care about this. Let's just get on the clock. Let's get on the clock. Cruz says, hoping we trade our first for a first next year since we're going to be broke going forward. That's true. I don't think you need to do that. I understand what you're saying. I'm a huge proponent of, like, the salary cap's always going to go up. And also, Will Anderson's on like a $37.5 million deal for 5 years. He's not on a $50 million deal for 3 years, if that makes sense. But I get what you're saying if you're talking about the Will thing. Yeah, it just depends on CJ too, right? Like, is CJ getting the extension, or are we looking at other options? And I floated that idea around in a video that maybe CJ Stroud will not be the quarterback in the future, and that's certainly an idea. But I get what you're saying. I don't know. I like the idea of just selecting. JB brings up a good point. 8 minutes per pick is going to hopefully speed this night up. Dude, I 100% agree. This is an underrated take. Yes. Because it used to be 10 minutes, correct? So you have 10 minutes, 32 teams, 320 minutes. That's like a long time, right? And so now it'll be 8 minutes, be a little less long. I think last year when I did this stream, it was like 4 hours, 4.5 hours or something. So yeah, that's a good point. Good on them. You don't need 10 minutes to do this. I'm sorry. Like eight's enough. All these conversations have been had in previous days, as we've been finding out as well. Okay, got a bunch of Steelers legends on the stage. Don't care about that too much. Sorry. Man, I'm getting nervous. This draft for me is very interesting because the Texans seem like they're willing to trade up at any point, right? Whether that's 15, 16, 17, 18. Like once we get to pick 15, I'm going to be on my toes. And I've got the siren when we get on the clock. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. Also, guys, feel free to comment anything in the chat. I'll read it all out. And the Raiders are on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. The Raiders are on the clock. That 8-minute counter has started. I wonder who it's going to be. I wonder who the Raiders are going to pick number 1 overall. Do we really need to delay this? I like Mendoza's suit. It's very classy, very, very formal. Like I said earlier, if you guys missed it, 20,000 odds, meaning you could bet $20,000 to win $100 if you bet on the Mendoza pick out 1, which is insane. Favored to go number 1 by 20,000, minus 20,000. I haven't talked about this too much on the channel. Like, I think there's a good chance that Mendoza is solid in the NFL, but I don't see him as like some generational quarterback. And obviously, he's the best quarterback in the draft. Don't get me wrong. Like, if I'm the Raiders, I'm not thinking about another player here, because you don't get in this position too often, as we've seen with number 1 overall picks, obviously. But I like him. I'm not super low on Mendoza like other people are. Now, it would have been a lot more fun to have this pick a year from now when you've got a goated quarterback class, but what could they possibly be talking about? They're fielding in some last offers, I guess. Appreciate the support, Jackson. He says he loves the videos. Seems as if there's multiple directions the Texans could go. I still prefer them trading down for picks. Yeah, JB brings up a good point. I am still of the opinion that we should trade down as well. Like, trading down, getting the extra picks, that's my favorite scenario. And then from there, like, trading up would be great if we got Sadiq. Depends on how much it costs. And then sticking and picking would obviously depend on who we selected. But I do think trading down is my favorite of the 3 options. But again, this draft is fun because they could go in any direction. Like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a trade down for sure, and this would be kind of anticlimactic, but not since yesterday, honestly. I do wonder what the Raiders are talking about. Like, I don't understand why we can't just get the pick in. This happened with Caleb too. I felt like they took a decent amount of time with Caleb Williams. The Bears did, but it'll be Mendoza. And then it'll get interesting for the draft nerds out there. It'll get interesting right after that. Who's going to announce? Oh, yeah, it'll be. Never mind. That was a stupid question. It'll be Mr. Commissioner. JB says, I'm hearing D tackle's value is not as high, so maybe we can still grab a top 2 D tackle with the 38th pick. Yeah, another good point. I mean, people were screaming for Caden McDonald at 28 to the Texans. I'm like, dude, he's a solid player, but all he does is 2-gap. He's just a nose tackle. Like, how valuable is that? Are you spending a first-round pick on a guy who just stops the run? Very valuable, very high floor, but, like, I would be a little underwhelmed. I mean, it's not as premium of a need. Like, even a D tackle that can get to the quarterback is more valuable than just a run stuffing D tackle. Now, if you're going to be a run stuffing D tackle, Caden McDonald is the perfect guy. I like the player, very high floor. But yeah, it does feel like D tackle's value has really fallen to day 2. The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get this on. I wonder who it's going to be. I do have a wager on the second overall pick, which I'll talk about after this, of course. But the first pick of the 2026 NFL Draft is in. Now we got to get all of the... Sorry, I'm watching these highlights. Pretty fire. Draft rooms clapping. They got to get the announcer and all that. They got to make it pretty, do all that. I want to hear you guys' comments. Who do you want if the Texans were to stick at 28? If the Houston Texans were to stick and pick at 28, who would you want? Let me know in the comments. I'll read a couple of those. But, I mean, Mendoza's going to have Linderbaum protecting for him on like that $40 million contract, something insane. I also do want to talk about the Vrabel incident. We'll get to that in a bit. I have some insight, not insight, but Vrabel's punishment was that he's going to miss day 3 of the NFL draft. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. Come on, dude. What are we doing? All right. Let's go to the stage.
Here comes the commissioner with the first overall pick of his 20th draft as commissioner. It is the Raiders choosing who we expect a new quarterback.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
Mendoza. Instant hug with the mom. Love it. Good for him, man. I mean, the fact that he wanted to play at Miami, they ultimately said he wasn't good enough, and then he beats them in the Natty. I mean, that's destiny. Good for him. Good for the Raiders. Mendoza goes number 1. If you had any bets on anyone else, I'm sorry to inform you that you were not paid out. Good for him. And now it gets interesting. The Jets pick is going to get interesting. I do have some wagers on the Jets pick. JB Allen, the Annihilator, says he's not giving up on Peter Woods. He wants Peter Woods at number 28 overall. I like it. I mean, Peter Woods is my guy. I love Peter Woods specifically on the Texans. Yes, he had a down year, but if that's the reason he falls to 28, I mean, if he's any inkling of what he showed last year, I mean, that's a top 10 pick. I mean, maybe he needs more than an inkling, but I mean, that's a very good player who could attack and get to the quarterback. Yeah, good for Mendoza. He'll learn under Cousins. They're saying he might not have to get on the field with Cousins there. Dude, get Mendoza on the field. What are we talking about? Like, Cousins can be the teacher, but I want to see him play. Like, let's not do this stupid have him sit for 4 weeks or whatever. Good for the Raiders. Happy for them. Oh, here's his interview.
In the NFL draft. How have the last 5 months changed your life?
The last 5 months has been such a blessing by God, and I can't thank him enough. I'm just looking forward to get to work, prove at the next level. College was fantastic. I'm so blessed to have that career, but now I step into a great game of the NFL. Look forward to proving and earning it every single day.
You're going to the Las Vegas Raiders. What excites you the most about this opportunity?
We're going to the Raiders. No. Oh, man, so funny. That was like when Stroud was crying and everyone memed Houston because, oh, man, good times. Good times. JB says, Jets drafting Arvell Reese now. I think Bailey is the better pick, but Jets canceled their last visit with Bailey. Yeah, it's interesting. So I think Arvell Reese is the better pick. I think Arvell Reese, is going to be phenomenal in maybe a year or two. Once he gets, I believe he can rush the passer as well. I think Arvell Reese is just a phenomenal prospect all the way around. So I told my friend to bet on Arvell Reese as the second overall pick. Hopefully he gets paid. But yeah, I think it should be Arvell Reese. I think he's such an athlete, such a phenomenal player. He can play off the ball. I also think he'll be able to rush the quarterback. And you have to remember, the Jets are a team that aren't going to be good they're not going to be good immediately, right? So get the guy that can become something really special. That being said, if the whole Bailey cancellation was just a smokescreen, that's phenomenal as well. That's interesting. Pick is in for the Jets. Again, I think this is Reese, but I could eat my words. Reese or Bailey, obviously. Michael says, "Do you think we'll have a board breaker tonight, like a severe reach on a player that dramatically alters the rest of the team's picks?" Are you saying, like, are we going to pick someone we shouldn't have? Do you think we'll have a board breaker tonight on a player that dramatically alters the rest of team's picks? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, if you mean, could we take a player that we should not have taken? Like, we reach for a player. I think it's a possibility. And I think that player would be Chase Besantis, honestly. But, yeah. As my draft cuts out, which sucks. We'll get this back up in a second. You got to be kidding me. I think it could be Chase Besantis, though, to answer your question, if I didn't answer that well enough. I think that would be the reach, which I would not enjoy. Okay, Jets pick is in. And we will hear that in a second. JB says Jets can't coach up players, wouldn't be able to develop Reese as a pass rusher. That's why I say Bailey. That's true too. That's true too. I just think in Aaron Glenn's mind, he's gonna say, I can work with this dude. But again, I mean, they're both phenomenal prospects. I think it's interesting to see what happens afterwards. Why did I get kicked out of my NFL Plus account? This is frustrating, guys. Sorry about this, guys. I got to sign back into my NFL Plus account really quickly. It's so annoying, man. Trying to see the pick. I might be delayed a bit, but they signed me out. Okay, here we go.
NFL draft. The New York Jets select David Bailey.
It is Bailey. Wow. They went Bailey. Good for them, honestly. Damn it, I just lost money. I was so confident it was going to be Reese. That's okay, though. I was so confident it was going to be Reese, but David Bailey gets the nod from the Jets. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I get it; it's a premium position, but I would have gone Reese. So we'll see what the Cardinals do now. But this is what I mean. This is why it's fun to see what they actually end up doing. Okay, I'm signed in. Can I please watch the draft now? All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. David Bailey was the pick for the Jets. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. He's going to be great. I would have gone Reese, but it is what it is. Okay, the big thing with Arizona now is if Arizona trades out of this pick, because a lot of analysts believe that Arizona needs a lot of work on their team and that some team's going to want Jeremiah Love at 3. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing Jeremiah Love starts at 3. I mean, now it could be Arvell Reese as well. We'll see what the Cardinals decide to do, but I think this is fascinating. I think this is a fascinating moment in the draft. I think this is where we could see our first trade back by Arizona. Michael, I missed your thing. My bad. No, not the Texans, but any team ahead of them, like top 10. Okay, so a severe reach on a player. Okay, so you're saying if a team above the Texans picks a player that no one thought would go that high and then it pushes players down. I mean, I guess that would be like Ty Simpson, right? Like if a team picked Ty Simpson early and then players got pushed down. So yeah, Ty Simpson, obviously then you would probably be interesting to see you trade back. I'd say Ty Simpson, Emmanuel Pregnon going before 28 in my eyes would push players down. Chase Besantis, Keelan Rutledge going above 28. Yeah, all those players I think are not deserving of going in the first round, but I think it could happen. So I hope that answers your question. But let me know if it didn't. Gurish says, only clean prospect, in my opinion, high value position. True. Productive player. True. No injury risk. True. No arm length questions. Very true. Yeah, I agree. I'm always going to be a Reese guy here, but I agree with you, man. I think Reese is just like, I think, yes, Reese, right, hasn't shown much in terms of rushing the passer, but man, I believe he's going to be phenomenal at some point. They're having them sign like cards. That's interesting. I've never seen this before. So they're signing like, you know, their cards on draft night, which is a little fun. Interesting. JB says Cardinals can't pass up on Reese now. If I'm the Cardinals, it's either Reese or Love. Here's the thing: if the Cardinals, I don't know if the okay. So it seems like they're picking. I'm looking at the room. It feels like they're picking. Their room is so small, not to hate, but there's like no one in there. It's just like all media, or I guess maybe they're in the back left. There's like 4 dudes. 4 dudes got the franchise on their back. Good for them. This franchise is just buns, man. Unfortunately, no shade, but yeah. I'm curious who will be the day one draft slide like Brady Quinn and Aaron Rodgers did. Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, draft slide, like, feels like Maui Noah hasn't really been getting talked about much lately, but I don't think he's gonna slide. I mean, like, you got to look at guys with injury concerns, like McCoy maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's part of the reason we do that, or we watch the draft, you know, just to see. Hold on, let me see if this refreshes. Hopefully this refreshes on its own. Okay, it doesn't. That's brutal. There we go. Mendoza and Bailey. I mean, not quite enough prospects to need this yet, but this will be fun when we go back, when we need to see who got taken, etc. Cardinals have picked. The pick is in. So we'll see if it's Love, if it's Reese. I mean, I would pick Reese here probably. I mean, again, that's your green dot right there, and boom, you're chilling. But I mean, I don't want to see Love in Tennessee. I'll tell you that right now. I really don't want to see Love in Tennessee. So, Gurish says Lemon slides. I think Lemon could slide. Tyson could slide because of the injury, but I mean, I don't see Tyson getting out of top 16, top 18. That would be shocking for me. Like, if Jordan Tyson was there at 28, I think you have the conversation. I think you do it. I think you have to. I don't know. That's tricky. I don't think it'll happen, but I mean, I wouldn't hate that at all. They get Jordan Tyson at 28. All right, Cardinals are getting ready to get to the stage. So you would think it's either going to be Reese or Love. I'm kind of hoping Love doesn't go to the Titans, but we'll see.
With the 3rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love.
All right.
There you go. The Cardinals go Jeremiah Love at 3. I told you, man, Jeremiah Love starts at 3. It starts at 3, ladies and gentlemen. So you're not going to see Love in the division. I mean, that's kind of nice. That's nice. I'll take that. I like that. Will you see Reese in the division? Probably. But, I mean, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Girish says, I'd rather Tennessee pick Love than Styles. I'm curious, what do you think about Reese? What do you think about seeing Reese twice in Tennessee? Girish, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, man. Girish. Vulcan says, we're going to have to see Reese 2 times a year, aren't we? I think so. But is that better than seeing Love? I mean, Jeremiah Love, I mean, that's a Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley level of prospect, right? So, yeah, I'm fine with not seeing Love in Nashville. I'm curious to see what Titans think of this. What do Titans fans think? Are Titan fans going, they wanted Love, or do they? are they fine with Reese? I mean, obviously they're fine with Reese, but I'm curious to see who they would have preferred. All right, this pick's pretty big for the division, obviously. We got the Tennessee Titans that are up. I don't think I've heard much about the Titans trading back. I don't know. Y'all can correct me on that. Dude, honestly, running back at 3 is kind of insane, but it's Jeremiah Love we're talking about, obviously. Dude, Love is such a fun prospect. I mean, Cardinals rolling with Marvin Harrison Jr., Jeremiah Love, Michael Wilson. Got to figure out the quarterback, but that's a fun pick, man. That's a fun pick. I'm also trying to stay off Twitter. I'm not trying to get, anything kind of leaked or anything. Oh, man. I'm so surprised they did it. So I don't know if Robert Saleh is going to be able to keep his hands off Arvell Reese. I feel like Arvell Reese is going to be the guy. Could we see Ruben Bain? I don't think it's out of the question. I think we could see Ruben Bain. I mean, you want to talk about positional value. They're showing his high school. That's fun. They're showing Jeremiah Love's high school. Everyone's going crazy. That's fun. Hard G in the name. Okay, Girish. I think Tennessee defense does worry me a little, but I think we have little competition in the division. Wow, little competition. Yeah, I definitely think the Jags took a step back. Tennessee's defense was already underrated, and now they spend $100 million on it. With the dude from Denver, I'm forgetting his name, the big D tackle from Denver they signed, got new corners. The Titans are you're going to have to be careful around them. I don't know if we shut them out anymore. And then you got Saleh coaching them, and you got Dable as the offensive coordinator. He obviously loves Cam Ward. That's been out a bunch. So I don't care, though. It's nice not seeing Love in the division, honestly. Let me get a drink real quick. Tennessee's pick is in. So I'm assuming this is Reese or Bain. Oh, man. There's Saleh. The Titans will try to pick Warren Moon because they aren't in this decade. They've already stolen the unis. They've already taken the uniforms. So, yeah, they might as well try to go for Warren Moon. I mean, yeah, it was kind of pathetic. Warren Moon giving up his number for Cam Ward. But, hey, it's not my franchise, obviously. I could care less, I guess, even though they're ripping off the culture. It's like they had their own logo. They had the flame. It was cool. They were leaning into the Navy, and they just go back to H-Town Blue. It's kind of disappointing, but don't even get me started on that conversation, honestly. All right, commissioners coming out. Titans have made their selection. Trying not to get copyrighted. They're playing music so loud. JB says they're taking Styles.
With the fourth pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate.
Oh! Whoa! 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 Carnell Tate? Oh, I'm fine with that any day of the week. I love that. That's fine, bro. I'll take it. That's fine. Wow, that was shocking. That's why we do this. That's why we do this, man. Wow, Carnell Tate at 4 over Arvell Reese, over Sonny Styles, over Bane. Ugh. Dude, I'm not as high on Carnell Tate as people may seem to believe. I love it, bro. I love it. I was waiting for Reese or for maybe not Styles as much, but yeah, he's probably. I mean, look, Carnell Tate, very good receiver, obviously, probably the best receiver in this class, not counting injury. But I don't think he's got like an elite trait. I don't know. I never really got it with him. Like he's good. He's phenomenal. Great hands. But that's insane to me. I guess, receivers are going to go off. If you're the Giants, I mean, wow. Yeah, let's you know what we're going to do? We're going to put Kamari Lassiter or Derek Stingley on Carnell Tate. And that dude will not sniff a ball. I mean, I love it, honestly. Dude, I would much rather have Carnell Tate on the Titans than having to watch Ariante Urstery try to one-on-one on an island, Arvell Reese coming off a blitz or something like that, dude. Like, think about it this way. Carnell Tate's not going to injure C.J. Stroud, right? Carnell Tate's not going to attack the quarterback. That's shocking. By far the biggest. Okay, so if you're the Giants, it's got to be Arvell Reese. Like, Arvell Reese just fell into your lap. Like, what are we doing? This might be the slide we're talking about, man. Gurish says, God bless the Titans. Dude, with Saleh as the head coach, Saleh passing up on Arvell Reese is mind-boggling to me. But, hey, I can't hate. I don't care. That's good for them, man. Good for them. I mean, Carnell Tate, 6'2 and a quarter, 192. He's got the build, but he doesn't have like elite speed. I wouldn't say he's got like elite route running tree. I mean, it's the good hands, it's the big catch radius, it's the vertical threat. I get it. I'm not as high on him. I'm not as high on Carnell Tate. Gurish says, Reese, Bane, and Styles on the board. We are going to see a trade within the next 3 picks guaranteed. Certainly could. Certainly could. Wow, I cannot believe the Titans took Carnell freaking Tate. Wow. All right, the Texans are trading up to 5 now. D'Amico's not going to let Arvell Reese get away from him. Just kidding. Chiefs traded up to 6. Chiefs traded up to 6. I wonder who that's going to be for. Wow. Chiefs traded up to 6, guys. There's the trade you were talking about. Gurish. Dude, I gotta chill on the copyrights. I don't know if y'all can hear the stream, like the actual draft feed too much, but sometimes that music comes in. Are the Chiefs really in like trade up? Like, I would not have been shocked if the Chiefs, obviously you don't take a down year, but you kind of recollect, maybe get some more talent around. I need to see what the Chiefs trade up was, honestly. If we could see that. What did they give up? Let's open the gram. Oh, man. Giants pick is in. Appreciate that, Michael. Appreciate that. Commanders have no day 2 picks. I can see them trading down for cheap. Yeah, I believe that's been I think that's been talked about, right? Commanders trading back. Whoa, Kansas City coach arrested on domestic battery charge. Wow. Why would you not wait for the Giants to pick before you trade? Great question. Don't have the answer to that. Maybe they just felt confident. They have that on that board. They've got all 3 of those players lined up and they don't care. They're like, we don't care. We're getting a great defensive player, whether it's Bain, Reese, or Styles. So that could be what they're thinking. It would be funny if the Giants just like sniped their favorite of the 3, but hey man, it's a great franchise. It's a dynasty, so can't question it, right? Definitely the shock of the draft. I think everyone's mock draft is now in shambles because Cardinal Tate went 4 to the Titans. And I forgot how much I hate ad breaks on the draft live stream. Wow, Pfizer already got Mendoza in a commercial? That's insane. Dude, I mean, I was fully expecting Jeremiah Love to be on the Titans. Swapped it out with Cardinal Tate. I'm chilling, man. Gotta text the boys. All right, pick is in for the Giants. Can we please see the pick and continue and keep this moving? Let's see. Let's look at this big board real quick. All right, the Giants better take Arvell Reese here, you would think. But maybe Arvell Reese could slide.
In partnership with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, TAPS, one of the NFL's Salute to Service partners, we are honored to recognize the surviving family of United States Army Major Paul C. Volke. Major Volke sustained tragic fatal injuries while deployed in Afghanistan.
That sucks.
He is survived by his spouse, Tracy, and their 2 sons, Andrew and Benjamin.
That sucks.
Major Volke was raised in the Hudson Valley and was a lifelong fan of the New York Giants, a tradition he proudly passed on to his sons.
And the Giants select.
With the 5th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Arvell Reese, linebacker from the Ohio State University.
There you go. Arvell Reese gets off the board. Yeah, I mean, dude, if you're the Giants, I mean, you're jumping out of your boots. Getting Arvell Reese at 5, you've got to be extremely happy. And then you pick again at 10, right? Like dude, the Giants could walk away with a scary draft. I'll tell you that much. The Giants could walk away with a scary draft, and now we have Kansas City at 6. Okay, here we go. Browns, thank you, Garish, for this. Browns got pick 9. Damn. Oh, I don't blame them for trading back. Browns got pick 9, 74, and 141. Chiefs got pick 6. Like, are the Chiefs, like, is Mahomes healthy? Like, are we going to be starting the year with Justin Fields? Like, I guess they love a player, but I mean, I mean, this could be corner territory with the trade of McDuffie, right? Dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know how Saleh passed up on Arvell Reese. I'm so happy. I am so happy. He's young, too. He's like, what, 21? Something like that? 20, 21 years old? Good for him. Yeah, it would not surprise me if Harbaugh turns the Giants around, Michael. Would not surprise me at all. He's got a hell of a start, man. Arvell Reese at 5, I'd be jumping for joy if I'm a Giants fan right now. That is a steal. Can't believe Carnell Tate went that early. Wow. Reese is lucky. Rather be a Giant than a Jet. True. I don't know if it's much different, but no, I'm playing. That's good. Good for him. I mean, one of the most dynamic players in the draft. So you didn't think he was getting out of the top 5 by any means. Him going 5 was surprising to me. So Cleveland just got a bunch of picks. That's crazy to me. Let's see if I can look at that. Yeah, you're right. There was Chiefs acquire number 6 from the Browns for 974 and 148. Damn. Girish says Downs or Styles to the Chiefs does not make sense otherwise. Yeah, it could be Downs. Yeah. I know Downs had like that injury concern, but I mean, dude's a professional level safety. Are you trading up for a safety though? Such an undervalued position these days. Top 5's in the books. Browns traded back for KC, picked up 96 and something else, 141. And the Chiefs will select. Pick is in for the Chiefs. Could be Styles, could be Downs. Michael says, watch it be Caden McDonald. If Caden McDonald goes at 6, I will do something egregious because there's no way that happens. The Chiefs pick Caden McDonald at 6. I don't even know. I don't even know what I could do. Probably jump out of my chair and accidentally break something. Casey has no pass rush and Bane won't fix it. Styles makes sense, but yeah, Downs less so. Yeah, I mean, I think Downs makes sense. I think Styles makes sense. They have a huge corner need, right? Don't they have a corner need because they traded? But who would you pick, right? Are you going McCoy? McCoy is probably the best corner in the league, or it's not in the league, in the draft, but his knee doesn't really work, so there's that. There's Mansour Delane, right?
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Mansour Delane.
Wow, I called it. Wow, they go Delane. I know they don't have McDuffie, but you trade up for Mansour Delane at 6? Dude, he's good. Is he that good? I guess that's what they do. They just get defensive backs, but wow. You gave up 141 and 97 for a corner. Yeah, that's a good point. Washington needs a corner and the Saints need a corner. So that's why they traded up 3 spots. Look, he's a good player. I I mean, I would be cussing right now if this was the Texans, but there goes the mock drafts again. Wow. He's going to have to cover for 8 seconds each snap. Yeah, Delane, get ready. You better have a high motor because you're going to be sprinting side to side. Opposing quarterbacks, they're going to have all day in there, dude. It's going to be like they're rushing 2 dudes, man. You better get open. Wow. Delane going 6 overall. This is what you get when there's a draft with not that many quarterbacks, not that many elite players at highly paid positions. It starts getting weird. You start throwing positional value out of the window. You start going for corners. You start taking the best receiver. It's interesting. This is an interesting draft. Bain is still on the board. Styles is on the board. Downs is on the board. Maui Noah. I'm assuming Washington probably needs tackle help. But Texans tangents, this is not the predicted top 10. Yeah, I mean, Delane at 6, I guess. Good for the Chiefs. Glad it's not the Texans doing that. Obviously, don't want to bite my words here because the Texans could do something stupid as well. But, I mean, look, Delane's a good player. That doesn't do it for me. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm not jumping out of my chair for that. Okay, I do want to talk about Mike Vrabel for a bit. Just for a bit. But before that, Michael, that's too high for Delane. I completely agree. He says, so maybe that tight end from Oregon falls to us. I don't think he would fall to 28, but if the Texans want to trade up and get him, they could get Kenyon Sadiq. This could mean Fano or Vega slide to within distance of 28. I would love either one of them. I still think Vega goes top 15. Honestly, I think Vega goes top 15. And Fano, I still think he goes high, but yeah, maybe. We'll see who Washington picks. I want the Texans to draft Dunker in the 2nd. Jennings Dunker. I'm not super high on him, but I wouldn't hate it. I mean, if they want to take him, that's fine with me. I wouldn't love it though, honestly. Okay, let's see who Washington picks. Delane going at 6 is very surprising, and then Tate going at 4 is very surprising. So this could be Downs, this could be Maui Noah. Could be a whole slew of people. All right, Washington, what are you going to do to me? Okay, I don't care too much about that. I can't believe they picked Delane. I mean, it makes sense. You had the huge McDuffie hole, but wow. Gave up a 3rd and a 5th to move 3 spots to pick Delane. Wow. Bobby Wagner, baby. All right, after this pick, I'll talk about Vrabel. I know I keep delaying that.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles.
Ohio State.
Sonny Styles goes to Washington. There you go. Sonny Styles at 7. It seems like the Cowboys are not going to be able to pursue him. I don't think it's crazy that Dan Quinn is going after Sonny Styles at all. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any other input on that, honestly. I think Washington has some holes. There's been no offensive lineman, correct? No offensive linemen have come off the board. Not that I was necessarily expecting them to this early, but yeah. So, I mean, you've got Fano, you got Vega, you got Maui Noah. You've got, obviously, on the back end, like Pregnon. Gurish says KC basically lost the extra capital they got for McDuffie. Yeah, they must have Delane super highly on their board, obviously. I mean, they must see him as a 1-to-1 replacement. Which I'm not going to hate. I mean, he could be that. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done that at all. I would have said, keep that away from me. Keep that away from me. Browns will pick O-line no matter what. So they were... Yeah, I agree. Yeah, good on the Browns. Unless they do Browns things, which could happen. You never know. We could see the Browns doing something interesting. That's never happened before, surely. Trying really hard not to check Twitter or anything, but we're just going to watch this stream. Sonny Styles is a great pick, honestly. I like him a lot. I just wonder who's going to get Bane. Who's going to get Bane? Who's going to select the first offensive lineman, and who's that offensive lineman going to be? Who do the teams view as the best offensive lineman in this class? When's Monroe Freeling going, right? That's a big thing. I could see Cleveland taking Monroe Freeling. Or Fano. Well, that's annoying. So they're saying the Saints pick has already been in, but they have to wait out the clock so they can get the interviews in. Man, speed this up, bro. Speed this up. Come on. Not all of these dudes need interviews. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Sonny Styles, but I don't need to be listening to all these player interviews, bro. You got to do something in the league before you get the interview, man. Come on. Vulcan says, I'm loving that all the linemen are sliding, honestly. I wouldn't say sliding yet. If we get to the Giants pick and there's no lineman, then we would start to raise some eyebrows, if you will. Please don't go. Oh my God, they go to a commercial break again, man. So brutal. It's so brutal. Yeah, I think once we get to a round pick, let's call it 14, 15. Pick 14, 15, 16 is when I'll start getting perked up for the Texans. Yeah. Yeah, it's early. Still anyone's game, but it's been solid. I mean, it's been solid. I mean, as Texans fans, I think we're chilling. Like, I think this went about as good as we could have from a divisional standpoint with the Titans taking Carnell Tate. Like, I was expecting the Titans to take a disruptive edge. I know they have a very solid defensive line already, but, like, shoot, you throw in Bain or Arvell Reese or someone like that in there. Obviously, I was worried they were going to get Jeremiah Love, but I'm not. I'm fine with the Carnell Tate pick. I think that's fine. Who do y'all think the Saints pick? I think Saints could go offensive line. Maybe Cleveland goes offensive line after. Because don't they believe in Tyler Shook? Do they believe he's the guy? I've heard mixed things from Saints fans. I think they do though. I think they're leaning towards we can win with Tyler Shook. So. Will the Jets trade back into the first round with the Texans? Could happen. If they're doing that, you would think it would be for Ty Simpson. Tyson, but that's only because I tuned into the Texans stream and he's somehow 10 minutes early. Or do you mean 10 minutes later? I don't know. Browns need to go O-line for sure. I don't think they have anyone good on their O-line. Yeah, I would agree. I think Cleveland takes either Monroe Freeling or Spencer Fano. Spencer Fano is the better player. Monroe Freeling could be the better tackle at some point. Monroe Freeling's got all the traits you would want, honestly. If it was me, I'd probably take Fano still. I don't know. I like Fano a lot. He's a beast. One of the most athletic linemen you'll ever see. Man, this is killing me because this Saints pick has been in for so long. This Saints pick has been in for so long. All right, here we go. Come on. Here we go, Commissioner. So the Saints, you're thinking, I'm thinking edge, I'm thinking lineman. Edge or lineman, I'd say. Bum, bum, bum. So good. So good. I'm honestly shocked the league hasn't exiled the Browns. They should. All right, here we go.
The New Orleans Saints select Jordan Tyson.
Whoa. Jordan Tyson goes at 8. Wow. So I think Jordan Tyson's the best receiver in the league, but he's been injured. Again, if the Titans would have taken Jordan Tyson, I would have liked it less, if that makes sense. So that's shocking to me. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Jordan Tyson to go at 8 because of the injury, but I mean, I love Jordan Tyson. I think he's the best receiver in the draft. I think if he's healthy, I think he's an all-pro caliber player. I think he's better than Carnell Tate. I'll tell you that right now. I think Jordan Tyson's better than Carnell Tate. So, I mean, I guess Carnell Tate has the bigger catch radius and all that. But, dude. Yeah, there you go. Missed parts of 2022 and 2023. Tore his ACL, MCL, and PCL. Yikes. You don't love that at all. But, yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. All right, Cleveland's up next. Will we see the first offensive lineman taken? So, Lemon, if you need a receiver and you're in the receiver business, was he good? He just dropped to the ground. I think it just hit him, the emotions. Oh my, he spit everywhere. I get it, dude. Yeah, it's emotional. That's funny. Good for him, though. That's good for him. I like him a lot. I like Jordan Tyson a lot. So Lemon's still out there. Omar Cooper Jr. I wonder if there's going to be another receiver that sneaks in. Denzel Boston, maybe he'll go higher than you think. They did get a speedster. I mean, yeah, speedster can take the top off defenses, amazing hands, great route runner, probably the most polished route runner in the class. He's got it all, honestly. Jordan Tyson has it all if he can stay healthy. I mean, if we're in his rookie season and he tears something, that's going to be a gut punch. That is going to be a gut punch for the Saints. He got snot rockets shooting out of his nose. That's how you know it's a good pick. That's funny. That's how you know it's a good pick. Or you know you have a good pick when you pick a lineman and he just shows no emotion, slowly gets up, shakes his dad's hand, and walks to the stage. You're celebrating. You're like, yes, what a player. Good for the Saints, man. You're all in on Shook. I like it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. So we've got Bain, Maui Noah. Caleb Downs is still available as well. Mendoza, Bailey, Love, Tate, Reese, Delane, Styles, Tyson. Monroe Freeling, I would assume, maybe. Or Fano. Dang, the Giants are going to be in a great spot again. Honestly, the Giants are going to be in a great spot. So good for them. All right, Cleveland has selected. Cleveland has selected. This has to be the first offensive lineman. I agree. I seem to agree with the chat. Ooh, you can see their board in the background. I'm trying to look at it. Oh, it's like blacked out. Never mind. Dude, I wish I could see an NFL board, draft board. Like, I know how they're structured, but just to see the players, that would be so fun. So far, it's an A+ from the Browns. Let's see what the pick is, but it's an A+ so far. This kid's hyped up, man. He's clapping. He's going crazy. I think they just talked about the offensive line drought. Rich Eisen. All right, Browns pick.
With the 9th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Spencer Fano, tackle, Utah.
Oh my gosh, that was so loud. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that was so loud. Good for them. I mean, yeah, probably the best lineman in the draft if we're talking about today. Could Monroe Freeling turn into something special? Sure. Well, like I said, it was either Freeling or Fano. So, yeah, I like him a lot. I mean, he can play tackle. He can play guard. He said he's going to play wherever they need him. So there goes your first offensive lineman. Vulcan says these teams are sending in these picks so fast. Yeah, I feel like they just know who they want. And then the NFL's got to drag this on, get all the interviews so that they can get their ad revenue and all that. But, yeah. Fano's a good pick. He's fun. I mean, he's the most athletic. He's the most athletic lineman I've seen. So good for the Browns. It makes sense. I mean, trading back, getting the first lineman off the board, that's phenomenal. That's a phenomenal draft by them. So, yeah, Bain, Caleb Downs, Maui Noah, Vega Iowani, Makai Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, Dylan Thieneman, Jermon McCoy, Omar Cooper Jr., Got a lot of good players still on the board. Pick is in for the Giants. So I wonder if the Giants will go offense now, right? Let's see.
With the 10th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Francis Mauigoa. Tackle, Miami.
So this is to protect.
Mauigoa goes. Makes sense. I mean, what a draft. Honestly, what a draft by the Giants. Arvell Reese and Mauigoa. What a draft. That's good. Good on them, honestly. We are officially 10 picks down into the draft. Probably a guard, yeah, as they're saying. Probably a guard. There goes your 2 offensive linemen. Guri says no. Smart pick. I agree. It's a smart pick by them. Giants are doing well, surprisingly, with their incompetent GM. Yeah, I mean, well, Arvell Reese falling to you, I could have made that pick. And then the Mauigoa pick, yeah. Solid. I'm trying to think. The only other option would have been Freeling, Monroe Freeling, because he's got all the traits. But yeah, he's underdeveloped. Like Monroe Freeling, very underdeveloped. The leaves are fire. I have to say, he's got leaves on. He's got like the Samoan thing. What do you call that? I almost called it a lay, but that's not right. That's fire, man. Good for him. Good for Mauigoa. Good for him. Cowboys on the clock now. Dallas making moves. What did I'm trying to look up what the Cowboys gave up for 11 and who the hell they could want. Is this Bane? You got to think this is Bane, right? The Cowboys. I'm trying to see what they... Maybe the compensation will come out later. Oh, damn, he's like spinning the fire and shit. Dude, that's a great pick, honestly. If I see a lineman who happens to be Samoan and he's spinning those fire torches, yeah, that's a good pick. Giants won the draft because everyone else let them fall ass backwards into Reese and Mauigoa. Yeah, I agree. Reese alone would have given them... It would have been very hard to F up the draft after they selected Reese. And then you go get Mauigoa. Could kick out to or could kick into guard, be one of the best guards. Good for them. Good for them. Not super impactful for the Texans, though. I mean, none of these players the Texans were even going to think about grabbing, you know, so still not super relevant, but always fun to see. I guess, obviously, the Titans pick we've talked about. Oh, and this is what I was going to say about Mike Vrabel. Why are we acting like Mike Vrabel missing the 3rd day of the draft is a punishment? And I'm not saying like he needs to be fired or anything, even though we've seen coaches get fired. Okay, 11th overall pick. For the 12th, they gave up 2 5th-round picks. So to move up one spot, they gave up 2 5ths. Okay, sure. But yeah, why are we acting like him missing day 3 of the draft is some crazy punishment? I mean, Rossini had to resign, right? So, like, all right, I need to use the restroom, guys. I will be back in, like, 2 minutes. All right, I am back. I had to use the restroom. There's no way I missed anything, right? Yeah. Man. Okay, I'm assuming the Cowboys are selecting Bane to fill that Micah Parsons role. But Jerry could surprise us. Wouldn't be the first time. Probably wouldn't be the last. See, we're pick 11 right now. Yeah. Pick 11. Still got some time to go before we start thinking about the Texans. Vrabel is seeking counseling. And then the picture dropped of him with Rossini like 6 years ago. It's just a bad look, man. It's a bad look. Texans Tangent says, I'm glad you're with the timing of the show. So many others are spoiling the fun. Yeah, I can't look at Twitter. I can't look at Instagram. I have to be locked into the stream. I don't want to hear it from some reporter. Like, I want to hear it come out of the commissioner's mouth. Because that's the most fun. So, yeah, don't spoil it in the comments, guys. If you've seen it on Twitter, you're watching other shows, that's great. But don't spoil it in the comments, please.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Caleb Downs.
Wow. Great player. Caleb Downs, great player. Is a safety the most valuable position to draft? No, we know that. You can find safeties that'll get the job done in late rounds. I mean, look at freaking Kalen Bullock. But, yeah, I mean, Downs is a great player. He's a pro. Like, he's already a pro, man. Caleb Downs has been a pro for a year minimum, and he's going to provide them with great coverage back there. I do think Dylan Tiedemann is another great name that could get picked up here. Safety out of Oregon. Good for Downs, though. That's a good pick. I don't necessarily hate that too much. Mr. Downs. It's a solid pickup. Good job, Jerry. Whoa, I didn't know Caleb Downs and Josh Downs were related. Wow, I went the whole draft without knowing that. I did not know Caleb Downs was related. That's funny. To Josh Downs. Learn something new every day, man. Learn something new every day. That makes sense. It's actually crazy how many relationships there are in the NFL. Brothers, cousins, nephews, uncles. That's great. If you get drafted, do you get, like, it'd be cool if you could get a walk-up song, to the stage. Like, if I got drafted, big if, actually not even an if, if I was in another universe where I could get drafted, I would have liked to be able to pick my walk-up song on the stage. Yeah, Downs can do it all, man. He can go down there. He can get his helmet dirty. He can go stop the run. Great. He manipulates quarterbacks already. Like, Yeah, they bring him on blitzes. They do everything with this man. Yeah, we have to talk about Ohio State. This is a good graphic. Cardinal Tate went 4th. Arvell Reese went 5th. Sonny Styles went 7th. Caleb Downs went 11th. Yet they did not win the Natty. That is insane. Did not win the Natty. I remember he had like the injury report come out, and then they were like, he was fine. Like there was no, I thought I read something that they were worried about like a degenerative knee, and then they like 180'd on that. I think I might be misremembering. I don't know. Something happened. Something happened to where his stock got kind of lowered. Obviously not by the NFL, by analysts. Also, Dexter Lawrence turned into Francis Maui Noah. That's the other nugget there. Would you have traded Dexter Lawrence for Maui Noah? Keep in mind, you had to pay Dexter Lawrence. You had to give him that 1 year, the Bengals did. Had to give him that 1 year, $28 million extension. So there's that. And you were able to receive Maui Noah instead of doing that. So pick is in for the Dolphins. Wow, the Dolphins need everything. The Dolphins could draft any player here, and I would be like, oh yeah, makes sense. They could draft any player. Bobby Slowick, baby. This is Bobby Slowick's team. This is Bobby Slowick's offense. What is ex-Houston Texans offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick, what is he going to do? I'm acting like he's the only one making this pick. That's not true, but it's fun to think about it like that. Obviously, Slowick did not work out in Texas. I don't think I'm breaking any news there. Let's see what happens here.
With the 12th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Caden Proctor, tackle, Alabama.
Daniel, they talked about wanting to build through the trenches with this new regime. John Eric Sullivan coming in here and making a statement.
I really wanted Caden Proctor, dude. Oh, I really like Caden Proctor, man. Damn, I didn't think he was going 12. I'm not going to lie. I liked Caden Proctor. At 12, though? Fuck. I mean, I don't know if I like him that much. I mean, I liked him at 28 to the Texans. I don't understand why people hated on Caden Proctor. I mean, you don't see guys his size move that well, and he moves extremely well for his size. He can play tackle. I think he could also play guard if needed. Yeah, he was one of my early draft crushes this year. Yeah, I would have loved him on the Texans. If he was one of my favorite players, they could have stuck and picked for at 28, but at 12, yeah, I guess that makes sense. He was never close to the Texans, so yeah. Let's see. They had that last year, or no? The best way to recruit is to show how many players from your school. Oh, okay, talking about the Ohio State. Wow, that sounds like a Bobby pick. Yeah, Bobby Slowick probably made this pick. Yeah, does Miami even have a quarterback? Hey, if they find a quarterback, they have a guard or tackle. It depends. So, I mean, they have Malik Willis, right? Malik Willis is going to be throwing footballs, and then he's going to be catching them. But he's going to have Caden Proctor out in front of him. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Is why they traded away Waddle, right? So it's either going to be a handoff to Achane, or we're going to be throwing footballs and catching them to ourselves for Malik Willis. Oh, God, another ad break. So the pick is in, but we have to go to ads because we need to get our 4 sponsors in. Dang, Caden Proctor at 12. I can't even hate the pick. I wanted to hate the pick for Bobby. I think it's a little high. Like, again, Monroe Freeling is still there. If Monroe Freeling ends up being the one who falls to 28, I don't know if I hate that. Because I just see him as like Ahina Kora on steroids. Bigger frame. athletic. Yeah, I think Monroe Freeling's like the better Ahina core. So I wouldn't hate that. Like the pick, not the player. Miami is doing the right thing with the total reset. I'm just not that high on Proctor. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm the opposite. I see Caden Proctor really highly. But yeah, Miami needs to rebuild. I mean, they're starting from scratch. They've got all the dead money on their books still. So they're doing the right thing, getting a valuable player at a valuable position. I feel like the Rams are looking for similar players as us this year. I think the Rams could go Lemon here. I think maybe McVay likes that speedy receiver. Not super speedy, but guy knows how to get open. I could see the Rams going for Lemon. Who else? Bane's kind of sliding now. I wouldn't say sliding yet. He's on slide watch. We are watching closely. He's on slide watch. If I'm Sean McVay, I'm going all in on this year because we don't know how much longer Matthew Stafford's going to play. And if I need to win a Super Bowl this year, I need to find a high impactful player who's going to get snaps. And to me, that's Lemon. I think wide receivers are always going to get snaps. Maybe you go Bane, but I mean, that D-line's already so good. But again, like, nice edge wouldn't hurt. I think their line's solid, right? Their line's already solid, if I'm remembering correctly. Again, you could say D tackle, but I mean, the D line's not terrible. Tight ends are solid. It's a good roster. I mean, the Rams were probably the second best team in the NFL, so they just need someone to help them get over that hump. And yeah, to me, it's probably going to be Lemon or Bane. Sensei says, oh, just wait. I'm assuming about Proctor. I think he's already too big for his knees to last long, and he has had weight issues on top of that. Sounds like Becton 2.0. I think he was like 400 pounds at some point. I think he's like 350 now, and he could still lose more weight. It's just the weight thing is like, it's hard for me to, like, I understand 400, he was too heavy. Not debating that. But how can I hit on his weight when he moves so well? That's the thing. He doesn't look like he moves really well, and you're telling me he can get even lighter? And that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you would think this is Bane or Lemon. I would be shocked if this isn't Bane or Lemon, honestly, but we'll see. Again, they just need to get over the hump. Oh, they lost Rob Habenstein, the tackle. But I don't know. Okay, I can see Houston on the graphic, guys. Houston is on the graphic. It's Baltimore, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 picks later, baby. We're there. Houston is on the graphic, guys. We're getting there. Pick 13, give it a couple more picks. We're in trade-up territory. That is a tiny draft room, man. There's like 3 dudes in there. I guess, yeah, it makes sense. You don't need a huge crew. When I picture a war room, I think of like all the scouts, all the assistant GMs piled in with all their notes, the board. It's like, it's literally Sean McVay and a guy, and they're just talking like, it's working, man. It's working. I agree. Boom or bust with Proctor, yeah. And I might be sitting here a year later, and I might be going, you know what? Proctor can't figure it out. He's not good enough to play tackle, and he doesn't understand the guard position. I can't see it happening. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be very good. All right, again, the Rams, you think it's either Bane or Lemon. Vega Iowani, though, Proctor going before Vega Iowani is kind of crazy, especially if he ends up playing guard. If he's your tackle, fine. But the Dolphins taking him over Iowani is interesting. Okay, they're saying Ty Simpson might go here. There's no way McVay loves Ty Simpson, right? Guri had a heart attack when he saw Houston on the graphic. I thought they traded up. No, Houston's on the graphic. Houston is it's like, it's LA and then it's Baltimore and then it's like Houston. Houston traded up to 13. Oh my God. No, dude, I would have been, wait for my reaction when Houston trades. That you'll know. Trust me, you'll know when Houston does something, because I will lose my shit. Not yet, though. Not yet. All right, the pick is in for the Rams. Rams, it's going to be Bain or Lemon, I would assume. You need someone who's going to get you over the hump. You need to win now with Matthew Stafford. And I think that's fair to say.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Ty Simpson.
Oh! Holy shit! Holy shit! No way! Oh my God! Oh my God! No way! No way! You're kidding me! That's terrible! That's terrible!
I tell you what, guys, I think this is the perfect fit for Ty Simpson. You have any questions about his experience? You're in a perfect situation with a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
What are we talking about? You need to win now. You don't need to develop a damn quarterback. You have Matthew Stafford for 1, maybe 2 years, McVay. Wow. So trade back up into the first if you want him that badly. You don't need to take him at 13. Wow. That is, dude, if I'm Matthew Stafford, I am pissed. If I am Matthew Stafford and we just passed up Bain and Lemon for Ty bleeping Simpson, I am going to Sean McVay and I'm saying, dude, I'm about to retire. You have 1, maybe 2 years left with me, and you draft a dude who might not even be a quality starter in the NFL. I mean, wow, the quarterback position has gotten out of hand, man. And Ty Simpson's a solid player. Ty Simpson's a solid player. But 13? When the 2027 class is coming up, you're going to say Ty Simpson at 13, dude? That's insane. What are we doing? So the Jets are screwed, right? The Jets are screwed. Orlovsky will be intolerable. I'm actually shocked Ty Simpson was in the green room, 12th overall. I knew he got the invite, but dude, I mean, you see dudes in the green room not get drafted. I mean, that's a very good point. Imagine saying F them picks for years, and then the 1 year you get a high pick, you do this. Maybe it's because they never have high picks. Maybe they're just like, have to take the risk on the quarterback. Ty Simpson's not going to play. He's not going to play. Like, dude, Ty, you are not playing this year, bro. Unless Matthew Stafford gets injured, you're not seeing the field, dog. How are you saying this is where you want to be, bro? Take notes. Get the notepad ready, man. Get the notepad ready. And when the Rams fall short again in the playoffs because they can't get to the quarterback or they don't have a receiver because Puka's in rehab, they'll be wishing they made a different choice. But I mean, I'm not a Rams fan. I mean, they're my NFC team, low key, but I'm not like a big Rams fan. But like, okay. Alabama QB should not go this high. All that shows me is they think Stafford is close to done. We knew that, though. We knew Stafford had maybe 1 or 2 years. So you got to go all in. That's just the way I see it. I mean, they're Jordan loving this right now. You're right. Rodgers got to exit. They're doing to Aaron Rodgers. They're now doing that to Matthew Stafford. And I hate seeing legends go out like that, but that's so awkward, man. You were so close. You were the second best team in the NFL last year, and you decide you need a developmental quarterback. Wow. I mean, it's not my team. I shouldn't care. It's malpractice. You know, it's like watching someone crash their car. It's like, man, I don't know if that was the right decision, but doesn't really affect me. Shocking. The Jets need a quarterback because they have Geno Smith, right? Am I remembering that right? Who has Geno Smith? What team is Geno Smith on? I believe it's the Jets. Yeah, I mean, if they trade for Davis Mills, I just don't. Houston wants a second, right? So I don't know. Yeah, Geno is on the Jets. I don't know why I brain farted. All right, Ravens. Vega Iowani.
The 2026 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Olav Venga Ioane.
That makes the most sense. Which sucks. That sucks, honestly. If you're a Texans fan, that sucks. You knew it was going to be him. I mean, that's been one of the most common mocks. Vega going to the Ravens. Always feels like whoever the Ravens take in the first round is going to be a monster. Vega is no different. I think Vega is the best guard in the class, pure guard. I think he's better than Proctor. The fact that Vega falls to 14 is a little frustrating, but okay, let's see what we got here. This is what okay. I saw Stafford in the playoffs last year. I'd take him on the Texans 100%. I mean, Stafford's top 5 quarter. I mean, he won the damn MVP. Yeah, he's great. Sadiq's still available. That should be the goal. Garish says, okay, good night, everybody. That sounds ominous. I hope nothing's happening. Oh, because Vega went? Is that why? Okay, so we're officially on the 15th pick. This is where we start thinking about a trade up. Obviously, 15's high. Doesn't have to be 15. But this is about the middle of the draft, right? 16 with the Jets is the spot where you could start thinking about a trade up for the Texans. Pick is in for the Bucks, so it won't be 15. Interesting. Sadiq is still on the board. He is still available. Oh, Garish. See, I told you, man. I said Vega's going in the top 10 or 15. Yeah, Vega's good, dude. I get what you're saying. I knew he was going top 15, though. There was no way Vega was getting out of the top 15. He's too good. Texans would have had to trade up to 13. Yeah, it's just not happening. Phenomenal player. He's going to probably be an all-pro guard. Mauls people in the run game. Has the highest pass protection floor, arguably, of any offensive lineman. You could make that argument. Yeah, phenomenal player. I'm having a hard time thinking because I'm still pissed off for Matthew Stafford. Biggest loser tonight has been Matthew Stafford. But I'll stop talking about that. Wow, that is shocking. Let's pull this up real quick. Malpractice to have Ty Simpson go that high. But what do I know? Wow. That definitely affects the Texans. Obviously, pick 16. If there was going to be some Mills trade or something, yeah, you'd think about that. There's an example of a player that gets pushed down, right? The Texans are going to have one more shot at a player, at blank player, at 28 because Ty Simpson went that high. So a lot of elite players still available. Sure, there's a lot of good players. In terms of fit with the Texans, I mean, Monroe Freeling still on the board. Bain still on the board. Sadiq still on the board. Kind of using the elite word a little loosely, but yeah, there's good players on the board still. Cannot believe Ty Simpson went that high. Instagram, not sure if this or Michael Penix is the worst pick. Makai Lemon was right there. Dan Orlovsky vindicated. Super Bowl aspirations, and they draft someone who's going to sit on the bench. That's what I'm saying, bro. At least we seem to be in the majority. I did a mock where I traded with Baltimore for Vega, and that's when I knew simulators are trash or predicting trade value. They really are. I mean, at the end of the day, trades are the most impossible thing to predict because egos get in the way. They're human beings. It's not like a machine, you know. We're like, oh, we don't want that. It's impossible to predict trades. I try to stay away from them unless it's like extremely obvious. But Tampa Bay at 15, you would think this is Bane, because I believe they need a little bit more on that defensive line. Wow, they're hyped. They are hyped in Tampa Bay. They are hyped. I'm trying to look at their laptops, but I can never, ever pick anything out when I do this. It's a nice office. I'd trade Mills to the Jets or the Cardinals for 33 or 34 respectfully. Mills is valuable. He's a very valuable quarterback to have in case CJ Stroud gets hurt. I mean, we've literally seen that. So I don't know, man. I think Mills is valuable. I'm not in the market for trading Mills, really. If you want to go get a player, go trade some of your picks. But I like keeping Mills on the team. All right, as long as this isn't Sadiq, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. This should be Bane, you would think. You would think this is Bane. That's right. They drafted Emeka Ibuka last year. Or is it Lemon? I wonder if they could take... Someone's got to take Makai Lemon, right? Monroe Freeling. A lot of good players still on the board. A lot of good players still on the board.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Ruben Bain Jr.
Good pick. Good pick. If you're a Bucs fan, good pick, right? That's a good pick. Good pick, yeah. I mean, we've seen Akeem Messidor to the Bucs, but Bain's a phenomenal pick. All right, pick 16. How high are we trying to trade up, guys? Are we still trying to trade up? Are we trying to trade down? Are we sticking and picking? No Proctor, who I've loved mocking. No Vega, who some people wanted to trade up for. Sadiq is on the board. Hope is alive. It is. Hope for Sadiq is alive. Yeah, the thing with the arm length is interesting. You don't really see a pass rusher with 30-inch arms go in the first round, but turn on the freaking tape. Ruben Bain is a phenomenal player. When we talk about arm length in inches, we are talking about like that much between him and a 34-inch armor. It's a good amount, but I mean, are there going to be a handful of plays every game where maybe he's not as effective because of his short arms? Yeah, if he goes against a particularly long tackle, will they give him trouble? Sure. But turn on the tape, man. This dude wrecks games. And I know Todd Bowles is extremely happy right now because a lot of people were saying they were going to take Akeem Messidor. Why take Akeem Messidor when his teammate falls into your lap and is much better than Akeem Messidor? So that is a great pick for them. Don't spoil it. Don't tell me, bro. Do not tell me that's true, Glitch. I'm going to be so pissed if that's true. I'm not going to look at that. Do not tell me that just happened, man. No spoilers, guys. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my God. Is he gone? I've never been wanting to hope I get trolled more than right now. And they better not go to commercial, bro. Oh my God. This is too much suspense now. Too much suspense, guys. Don't spoil it in the chat, guys. If you're watching ahead, feel free to do that by any means, but don't spoil anything in the chat. I really appreciate that. Or I will not look at the chat, which would be worse. The arm length thing is silly. It's just the arm length thing is silly. I just talked about it. 100% agree. 100%. 100%. But if you look at the percentile, he's like dead ass. He's like in the 8th percentile in arm length. Like it's really low. But again, turn on the tape. He's a game wrecker. He's like developed his technique to compensate for the short arms. And I think a lot of players have not been able to do that historically. That's why I think he's so good. I think he uses chops a lot. He's able to just get guys off of him because he kind of knows that he doesn't have the length. And he's really adapted to be extremely smart. All right, the Jets are picking. I hope Glitch is trolling on this, but it's my hope's pretty low. All right, let's picks in for the Jets. See what it is.
With the 16th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Kenyon Sadiq.
There you go, Joe.
Tight end, Oregon.
So they're going 2 tight ends here.
Kenyon Sadiq's gone. Brutal. I mean, 16, you weren't trading up for that. I did it in a mock, but it seems like he went to 16 overall. Again, I've said this before. I do not think Kenyon Sadiq is as good as Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren. I don't think he's that good of a prospect. But he is 100% the best tight end in this draft. And at 16 makes perfect sense. I think Loveland went 10. Tyler Warren went, like 15, something like that. So, brutal. Brutal. No Sadiq. The Sadiq dreams are gone. It's okay. We can come back. I'm a little heartbroken. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to keep it in. I'm a little heartbroken. I'm not going to lie. There's not another tight end I would consider in the first round. I love Stowers probably more than most. If they take Stowers at 28, I'm not going to be too happy about it. Let's see, 16. So we got 17. Got about 11 more picks till we get to the spot. Stack blocks on you. All right, another ad break with the Lions. I wonder if the trade up's like 20s. It's pick 17 now. You would think the trade up happens in the 20s. We'll see. We shall see. He's 241 pounds. He runs a 4.39. I mean, yeah, you can't teach that athleticism. So much hate, Sadiq. Sadiq is gone. Michael says, didn't want him anyways. Bye, Felicia. Fair enough. If you're not a Sadiq fan, that's chill. All right, so if we're thinking about players that the Houston Texans are interested in, I mean, Lemon is still on the board. Will he be on the board by then? Probably not. Monroe Freeling. Pretty much any D tackle. No D tackles have gone off the board yet. Am I forgetting anyone obvious? Because I feel like I definitely am. Like Malachi Lawrence out of UCF, the edge. I think he probably goes in the first round. Jermon McCoy, Omar Cooper Jr. Still a lot of players still on the board for the Texans. Let me actually pull up my old big board so I can have this here. Caden McDonald, all of the edges, Zion Young, Keldrick Falk, TJ Parker, Pregnon, CJ Allen, Peter Woods. Yeah, Peter Woods is still a viable option for the Texans. Any D tackle. Christian Miller, Peter Woods, Keldrick Falk, Cassius Howell. A lot of good edges still on the board. I do think there's a chance D'Amico Ryans takes an edge here. I think D'Amico Ryans might go defense because you're not really picking, I mean, unless you pick like Blake Miller or Ahina Kaur or Monroe Freeling, I'd like, but you're going to go tackle. Please, for the love of God, don't pick Chase Bisontis. Don't do that to me. I'll have a heart attack on stream if we take Chase Bisontis at 28. I'll lose my freaking mind. So it does look to lean defense, defensive tackle, or edge. TJ Parker, Cassius Howell, along those lines. Let me know what you guys think about Peter Woods. I still love Peter Woods. Like, I understand the production wasn't there, but dude, his bag at the D tackle spot is amazing. His ability to shoot gaps, to attack, to get upfield. Is he undersized as a D tackle? Yes. Is he going to be excellent against the run? No. But I mean, he gives you the ability to get to the quarterback from the D tackle spot. I think he's so solid. Obviously, could also think about Caden McDonald, but I mean, a big nose tackle at 28. Don't love it. Roughneck says, I thought they would have traded up for Sadiq. They probably tried. And it was just too high. You know, the Jets could have said no. The Texans could have not been willing to give up that much, you know. So obviously they probably have liked to got Sadiq. But, I mean, now I do wonder if the trade up doesn't happen. You know, we could be back to trading down. I'd say trading down is probably more likely. Lions pick is in. For those who forgot, the Lions have offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, former Houston Texan. Juice Scruggs is on the Lions now. That's about the only Texans connection I can make, besides, obviously, Mr. David Montgomery. But the Lions pick is in. Probably Monroe Freeling, you would think, right? No more picks from A&M, please. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Bisontis screams shades of Kenyon Green. There are shades of Kenyon Green with Bisontis. That's what I see. All right, special guest for the Lions pick.
The NFL is proud to be part of the global community of wish makers, taking action to support Make-A-Wish during World Wish Month.
Dog, booing the Make-A-Wish kid is terrible, okay? I don't condone that at all. I know it's for Goodell, but it's a bad look. It's a bad look.
Whose wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his favorite team.
Good for you, buddy. It's got to be Monroe Freeling. Do they dare go Lemon? Get another weapon? He's so nervous.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Blake Miller, tackle, Clemson.
I don't care. I'm not a Blake Miller guy. I don't care. Good for the Lions though. They get a tackle. Blake Miller, yeah, he's tough. He's gonna work hard. He's gonna be solid. I mean, yes, he's a first round talent, but I mean, he's got limitations, right? Like, again, I wanted Ahina Core over Blake Miller for the Texans specifically. I understand the Lions actually need this guy to play now, so I understand Blake Miller is the safer pick, but Ahina Core has more upside. So this pick is irrelevant to me. Good on them for getting Blake Miller, but again, irrelevant to me. Lemon is falling. Omar Cooper Jr. and Mekhi Lemon are sort of falling right now, but that's okay. I mean, he's a solid player, don't get me wrong. It's just good for him. All right, Monroe Freeling still being on the board here is kind of wild. I would think Monroe Freeling would have gone before Blake Miller, right? Dylan Thieneman, Lemon, McCoy, Allen, Messidor, Emmanuel, McNeil Warren as well. Vikings pick is in. Lions pick is in. Is this going to be Lemon? I mean, I know they just picked up Addison's fifth-year option, but it could still be Lemon.
With the 18th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Caleb Banks, defensive end.
What? What? Caleb Banks goes at 18? Huh? Dude, his foot doesn't work. He does not have a foot. Look, I get it. I get the height, but dude, he doesn't have his foot doesn't work. D tackle at 18. Wow. That is interesting. I mean, yeah, I think the analysis here is really simple, right? If Caleb Banks can stay healthy, he has potential to be Chris Jones. I mean, look at the highlights, dude. He destroys people. He is a people mover. He forces fumbles. He crushes the pocket. He would have been my favorite defensive tackle, but he can't stay healthy. He broke his ankle. He broke his bone in his foot. He had to get surgery on it. He couldn't finish out games. He was hurt. I mean, he's a huge dude. He's like 330 pounds at 6'6". I like the pick, but how do you make this pick knowing how injury prone he is? Knowing his injury history, how do you make this pick at 18, dude? This is a top of the second round player for me because of the injury history. Wow. That is insane. Garish says, I'm not sold by any of the stars this year. We will do fine with a solid pick instead of trading up for a splash. At this point, I agree. At this point, there is no need to trade up. You don't need to do any of that. At this point, trade down. I'm probably trading down out of this pick if I'm the Houston Texans now. Because, I mean, Sadiq would have been nice for the role you needed. But, yeah. Texans Tangent said, I was hoping Banks would fall. I mean, yeah, I thought for sure Banks was falling because of his injury. Again, I was thinking the Texans could take Caleb Banks at like 30, 39 or whenever we pick early in the second round. But, yeah, 18 is crazy. I don't know how you take him in good faith. $100%. But here's the thing, right? The doctor can't predict the future. So, like, the doctor's going to tell you that Caleb Banks is healthy right now and there's no lingering concerns. But this dude is 330, 6'6", and his feet have failed him twice, the same foot. So he can be healthy, no degeneration, perfectly fine right now. But if he gets hurt again at all, it's going to be very concerning for the Vikings because then, I mean, he already has a history of it. I could see him getting hurt. I'm obviously not wishing that on him, but that's why I thought he was in the second round for sure. Same deal as Josh Simmons with KC last year. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Josh Simmons was hurt. That's the thing, right? And he wasn't even that good. But yeah, Josh Simmons got hurt during the season too. Agreed. Now, Josh Simmons tore his PCL or something. He tore a ligament in his knee, which I would say is probably worse than breaking your metatarsal. But I mean, Caleb Banks needed surgery. And again, it's the foot. Like the foot is, that's where all the weight is. And I don't know. There you go. Michael says first round talent that should have gone in the second. Perfect. Summed up exactly what I was saying in a sentence. JKOL9BB says, been watching you for a month and a half, so figured I might as well subscribe. Appreciate that. Thank you. Trade back and get some picks at this point. Yeah, I agree. Trading back would be nice. Now, again, it might be harder because Ty Simpson went at 13. Don't get me started on that. So it might be harder to trade back. And you're not going to get the QB tax because some fucking idiot decided to take Ty Simpson at 13. Not going to name any names. Sean McVay. But yeah, I mean, trading back makes a lot of sense here if you can get it. Unless you want to go like Kristen Miller. Again, I've been saying this from the start. I think Kristen Miller at 28, probably the most likely thing to happen. We'll see if I'm right. But yeah. Allen8946 says, will he pass a physical? He already has. If you take Caleb Banks at 18, he's been in your building. He's met with your team's doctors. The doctors have told you he's at the moment fine, and there's no degeneration in the foot, and he's going to be fully healthy. And I believe there was a report that came out as well that said like he was healthy healthy as in there's no permanent damage, right? But you're gambling. You're gambling with pick 18, and I just don't like that. I wouldn't have liked that gambling with pick 28 on Caleb Banks. So I was out on him for a while. Carolina. This has to be Monroe Freeling, maybe?
The 19th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Monroe Freeling, tackle, Georgia.
Pat myself on the back right there for calling that. Yeah, look, Monroe Freeling, 6'7" and 3/8 height, 315, 4.93 40-yard dash, 10-inch hands. The technique's bad. The technique's not good, though. Dude, why do we have in the bullet points under Monroe Freeling, why do we have that his mom is a yoga instructor? Are we serious right now, NFL? We're talking about his mom's occupation in his draft highlights? I'll get that shit out of here, man. What are we doing? That's terrible. I lost my train of thought because of that stupid post. Yeah, he's got all the traits you would want to see from a tackle. He just hasn't looked amazing at it. So you're hoping he develops. You're hoping he turns into a great player. Again, at 19, sign me up. If I'm a Panthers fan, Monroe Freeling at 19, I'm going, awesome, thanks. That's what I'm doing. Philadelphia's up. Shout out Garish, who's been keeping me honest with these trades. The Eagles have traded up. Eagles trade with Cowboys. I think Texans will stay put. The Ty Simpson pick screwed them up on trading back. Could very well be true. Let's see who the Eagles traded up for, though. I'm curious. This has to be some... Is this Lemon? This is probably Lemon. Right? This is Lemon. Can I go 2 for 2?
With the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Mekhi Lemon. Yeah. Wide receiver, USC.
Howie does it again. Howie does it again. He gets the falling player. This time it's Mekhi Lemon. Yeah, that's a good pick. I don't know the trade value, what they gave up, but that's a good pick. I think the Texans will stay put. Oh, yeah, I read that. Yeah, I mean, if they can't trade back and they have to stick and pick, Christian Miller, Peter Woods, right? Maybe Zion Young, Malachi Lawrence, if you want to go edge. but I think Christian Miller makes sense. The thing is, you pick at 39 or 38, whatever it is. So, like, you could get a D tackle there, which is why I'm not as hyped up on taking a D tackle in the first round. But again, I mean, also there's a real chance Caden McDonald falls to them at 28. And I wouldn't love it, but like I would get it. If they want to go Caden McDonald, we'll see. So, if KC Concepcion is there at 28, do we take him? No, don't take him. I don't like KC Concepcion. I think he's amazing. He's great after the catch. He's shifty, but he drops footballs. He's got a lot of drops, and I don't like receivers that have drops. He's got a great story with the stutter and all that, and he's A&M. I get it, but you don't need a receiver bad enough to spend the 28th pick on KC Concepcion, I don't think. I mean, like, I would take Denzel Boston over KC. Give me Denzel Boston over KC Concepcion if they're going to take a receiver. But again, you could find a really good receiver on day 2 at pick 38. Like, you could get a Jeremy Bernard, probably, who's phenomenal. Completely different player. They're all really completely different players. But, like, if you want a good receiver, there's plenty to be had. All right. We are 7 picks away. Or I guess 8. If you include the pick. We are 7 and 8 picks away. With Pittsburgh up at 21. Jackson brings up a question. Do you like Falk? I love Falk. If they want to take Keldrick Falk, who's amazing against the run, and either move him to D tackle or teach him some bag work to get to the quarterback, I love it. I think Keldrick Falk is phenomenal. You don't see that athlete very often. I don't know if he gets to the Texans, though. I think he goes before. But we are getting into a territory where there is going to be a very good defensive lineman who is going to be there for the Texans to get. That is 100% for certain. Whether it's Cassius Howell, TJ Parker, Keldrick Falk, Zion Young, Malachi Lawrence, Peter Woods, Kristen Miller, Caden McDonald. That's 8. That's 8 players. Would I love all of them? No, but I'm just saying that's 8 conceivable first rounders. And the Texans pick in 8 picks. So again, they're going to have a defensive line option. This is where it really starts getting interesting. And this is where we really start to see players get sniped right before the Texans. So it's a love-and-hate relationship right now. Texan Tangent said, Falk is where I would go. His bag could grow behind Hunter. I like Falk more than TJ Parker and Cassius Howell. I don't know if I like him more than Zion Young and Malachi Lawrence. I probably like him more than Malachi Lawrence. But I think Zion Young's a really good pick as well. I think Zion Young is very underrated. And, I mean, Zion Young is a less freaky, athletic Keldrick Falk, who's actually a good pass rusher. So that's what you get with him, right? You don't have to develop him as much. Pick is in for the Steelers. Pick is in for the Steelers. Michael says if the Texans move up, it'll be between 20 and 30. Could see it. Could see it. I don't know if Dallas is moving back again. I feel like the Chargers are probably going to take Pregnon, to be honest. So we'll see. The Chargers desperately need offensive line help. I think Pregnon probably goes with the Chargers. Curious to see who Pittsburgh picks. Could Pittsburgh pick like a D tackle here? I don't know. I think Pittsburgh could take an edge. But we'll see. Again, Keldrick Falk, TJ Parker, Zion Young, Cassius Howell, Peter Woods, Caden McDonald. Like, there's a lot of defensive linemen still on the board for the Texans. Of course, the Eagles get a phenomenal player at 20. That sounds about right. But it's okay. It's okay. Why am I getting a montage for the Steelers, dude? I don't care. Just show me who the pick is. I don't need to see all of this. I get it. It's your city, but let's keep it moving here. The Chargers are going to be a very interesting pick for a lot of reasons. Because the Chargers really need a guard, and they wouldn't hate the idea of a tackle. It's just who's still on the board for them, right? So like if Emmanuel Pregnon goes to the Chargers, that would be extremely interesting to me. Extremely interesting. But the Texans have a lot of options. They have a lot of options still. Like, yeah, they got a lot of options. This is good. This is the really interesting part of the draft right here. This is where the draft gets extremely interesting, as I have to wait for a 30-minute monologue on how Pittsburgh's the greatest city on earth. By the way, the 8-minute time slots are awesome. I love the 8-minute time slots. That's great. So who gets to read the card? Because there's 6 kids on there. Oh, this dude. My bad.
Leadership Award recognizes high school football players who demonstrate leadership, character, and service, both on and off the field.
Got some leadership award handed out by Jerome Bettis. That's cool. Okay, don't care. Here we go.
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Max Ihanachor, tackle, Arizona State.
Ihanachor goes at 21. You can look at this a couple of different ways. The Texans can no longer make that pick. So, I mean, if you were against developmental tackle at 28, you're going to get your wish. I was one of those people. So, that's fine. Look, Ihanachor could be a great player in the league. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. He's not going to go to New England, as much as Vrabel probably wanted him to. But that's fine. He's a really interesting prospect just because he grew up in Nigeria. He moved here when he was like in his teens, I want to say. Maybe a little younger than that. And never played football, played basketball. Discovered he could be really good at football. Moves really well. But he's a project. I mean, his technique's not great. You just don't see guys move like he does. So it's a good pick if you're the Steelers. Again, there are so many defensive players on the board here. There are so many defensive players on the board here for the Texans. DeMeco Ryans is going to have a very, very, very solid selection of defensive players if that's the route he goes. We are on pick 22, and the Texans pick at 28. Michael says, trying to force the Texans into moving up because of a run on O-lineman. The Texans don't need an O-lineman. If the Chargers take Pregnon, that's fine. Actually, if the Texans take Basantis, like I said, the Texans take Basantis, I will lose my mind. I will lose my mind. The stream might end. But they don't need to take an offensive lineman. You have 5 starting offensive linemen. You have a playable backup tackle. Sure, the backup guard spot is where you'd want to look at. That being said, don't do that in the first round. I don't want to see Chase Basantis. I really don't even want to see Emmanuel Pregnon. If the Chargers take Pregnon, good for them. Pick is in for the Chargers. Let's see what we get here. I do wonder if Houston maybe trades back like 1 or 2 spots. You know, they just get a quick swap with like Seattle. Maybe a Houston-Seattle trade or a Houston-New England trade. If one of them want to secure their guy, you pick up an extra, what, third probably? Could be cool. If the Texans really like a player, though, I mean, you would hope they'd be trying to trade up right now, right? They'd be getting on the phone with Cleveland or Dallas. Probably Cleveland or Dallas, you would think. Pick is in for the Chargers. You would think this would be Pregnon, or am I missing a tackle? Jermon McCoy might not go. All right, Chargers pick us up.
The Los Angeles Chargers select Akeem Mesidor.
Wow. They go Akeem Mesidor. I kind of forgot about him. I'm not going to lie. I kind of forgot about Akeem Mesidor. That's fine. Don't care. That does leave the Emmanuel Pregnon door wide open, though. That does leave the Emmanuel Pregnon door wide open for Houston, which I wouldn't love. Wouldn't love that at all. ESPN has Hill Jr. as the 17th best player available and Besantis right behind him. I hate Anthony Hill Jr. and Besantis in the first round. I absolutely hate it. I think it's atrocious. Anthony Hill Jr. is a project linebacker, and this is a really good linebacker class. That being said, if D'Amico Ryans drafts Anthony Hill at 28, I'll lose my mind. But I'll be like, you know what? It's D'Amico Ryans. He deserves all benefit of the doubt because if he likes his linebacker, he's probably going to be right. And what do I know? As a fan, though, I would be extremely disappointed if the Texans take Anthony Hill Jr., especially if they take him over like CJ Allen, right? Like Dallas is probably taking CJ Allen right here. Look, I could see Dallas taking Anthony Hill Jr. too. Dallas needs a linebacker. They were trying to trade for Azeez Al-Shire. CJ Allen makes sense here for Dallas. We'll see. We'll see. Another ad break. All right, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back before this ad break is over. And we're back. Had to get some snacks. But as always, guys, if you're watching along, man, don't forget to subscribe. That really helps me out a ton, especially if you like Texans content. And if you're watching this, I mean, you definitely like Texans content. So I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys for tuning into this live stream when I know there's a bunch of other options. And if you're flipping back and forth, more power to you, man. Love that as well. My gosh, got like an almond stuck in my throat. Trying not to die right here. Oh, goodness. I'm going to need a drink real quick. All right. We're back. We are back again. Sorry about that. Dude, these ads are killing me. It's the same ads every time. I don't care about Pfizer, honestly. I don't think D'Amico Ryans is going to lay off. Oh, my God. I'm dying, man. There's so many good defensive players here. I don't think there's any way in hell they take an offensive player. I think D'Amico Ryans it's going to be very hard for him to lay off of a CJ Allen, a Zion Young, Keldrick Falk, a Peter Woods, someone like that. Yeah, here you go. Dylan Thieneman, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Omar Cooper Jr. Not that they would draft any of those guys. Denzel Boston still on the board. Keldrick Falk, TJ Parker, Cassius Howell. A lot of good players. So maybe they trade back. I'm fine with them trading back like at the back end of the first. I think that would be solid. But NFL just kicked me out. Dude, why does it do this? It just kicked me out of the thing again, so we're going to have to... Oh, I'm blind. I don't know what's happening. Ah! Why does it kick me out all the time, man? Sorry, guys. I guess I'm just not active enough. Shoot, I'm missing the Cowboys. No! Ah!
Lawrence, defensive end, University of Central Florida.
I told you, bro. I told you Malachi Lawrence was going to go earlier than you expected. Is D'Amico Ryans in shambles right now? There's a very, very real chance D'Amico Ryans is in shambles right now. Because Malachi Lawrence is someone who snuck into first-round hype at the buzzer. At the buzzer. I'm not going to hate on Jerry for this pick. Did he take Malachi Lawrence over Keldrick Falk, TJ Parker, Cassius Howell, Zion Young? Yes, he did. But we knew Malachi Lawrence, or I did. I knew he was a first-round talent. Yes, he's coming out of UCF, so maybe not as maybe a little more slept on. But I don't think that's crazy. Malachi has, first of all, he was like one of the most athletic edges at the combine. And his bag work is kind of crazy, man. It's a good pick. All right, if the Texans like someone, I mean, I guess they're thinking they probably got a band of players they like. I mean, you're up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks. Just anyone but Chase Besantis, honestly. Just no Chase Besantis, and I'll be fine. Okay, Cleveland's on the clock for a while now. Is this a trade back? They've already got Spencer Fano. Are we about to cut to ad again? I swear. Okay, no, Cleveland's picking. Cleveland is picking, guys. We're getting close. Oh, my God, it goes to ad. You got to be kidding me. Goes to ad. NFL, man. Got to make money. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So many good players left. Okay, I'm going to throw out some players out there. Honestly, Dylan Thieneman's still out there. Maybe D'Amico likes Thieneman. I could see that. Could see that for sure. Dylan Thieneman is still out there. I don't know how you guys feel about safety, but he's he's probably the second best safety in this class. Jermod McCoy, he's a corner with severe injury history, so I don't know if you like that. CJ Allen, most athletic linebacker in this class. Another safety, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Keldrick Falk, Avion Terrell, corner. Omar Cooper Jr., receiver. Cassius Howell, Caden McDonald, maybe Caden McDonald at 28. TJ Parker, Denzel Boston, Peter Woods, Colton Hood, KC, Emmanuel Pregnon, Kristen Miller, Caleb Lomu, Lee Hunter, Zion Young. And I think I'll stop there. Still some good players out there. This is going to be a good test for D'Amico Ryans and Nick Caserio, because all they ever tell us is we just pick the best player available. We don't care about position. Okay, then pick Dylan Tiedemann. That's who they should pick then. If they truly don't care about position and they just want to pick the best available player, right now they should be picking Dylan Tiedemann. They don't care about Kalen Bullock. They don't care about Reed Blankenship. They don't care about Jalen Reed. Dylan Tiedemann's the guy. However, if they do care a little bit about position/positional value, then they probably don't go that route. But this will be a good test, and we'll see. This will be a very good test, and we will get to see very soon. Pick is in for Cleveland. Dun, dun, dun. Obviously, Cleveland lost Wyatt Teller, but they gained Spencer Fano, so can't really hate on that. The commissioner.
With the 24th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select KC Concepcion. Wide receiver.
Wow. See, then the Browns go do Browns things, man. I mean, KC Concepcion to the Browns. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have taken him over Denzel Boston. I wouldn't have done that. I understand they have some nice tight ends there. They need the yak. They need the dynamic route running. But like I said, he drops the football. Like he drops the football. And if you are a receiver and you drop the football, that is like being a running back that fumbles. It is not a ticket to the league for a long time. It's not what you want to be doing. Garish says they should actually pick Tiedemann and trade either Bullock or Blankenship after this season. Yeah, you're not going to hate me if they pick Tiedemann. I mean, Tiedemann's by far the best player available right now. Here's the thing, though. Safety is such a devalued position, right? You really have to be a game wrecker to get select. I mean, you got to be Caleb Downs to go top 10 as a safety, right? Like you can duct tape it together with bad safeties, and the Texans have 3 safety options: Bullock, Jalen Reed, and Blankenship. So that's why I'm like, we'll see. If what they tell us is true, then they better take Tiedemann. But defensive tackle is a bigger need. And you could argue backup guards, a bigger need, also a big need. Bigger need than safety. So I'm curious, man. I'm curious. Very curious. Roughneck says Peter Woods or Zion Young. Would love both of those picks. I like Peter Woods. I like Zion Young. So... did the Bears just trade up Am I tripping right now? The Bears just traded up, right? I'm not tripping. Okay, the pick is in for the Bears. Yeah, because it was the Browns, right? Yeah. Who are the Bears going to snipe? Oh, never mind. Go to ad, of course. Okay, I gotta put myself in Ben Johnson's shoes. I'm an offensive genius, and I just traded up to make this selection. It's got to be Denzel Boston, right? It's got to be Denzel Boston, I think. Especially since KC just went. Ben Johnson's probably licking his lips thinking about Denzel Boston. Pause. He doesn't really fit the Ben Johnson-esque role, though. Like Denzel Boston, I mean, he's a great vertical threat, but be interesting to see. Great part of the draft is watching players you don't want drafted to other teams. Real. Love when that happens. Love when that happens. Love when Blake Miller goes and Ahina Core goes. Like, solid players would be disappointed if the Texans drafted him. It's like, don't let the Texans make the mistake. It's that kind of mindset. Don't give them the chance to fuck it up. Just take the player before. Just take the player before. We're getting close. I will say, when we get close to the Texans, I'm not going to read the chat just because I really don't want it to get spoiled. But until then, I will obviously be watching you guys' comments and concerns. These commercial breaks are killer, man. Thank God for the 8 minutes, though. The 8 minutes, I mean, we're at 2.5 hours, whereas it would have been like 3:15 probably. So that's nice. Long commercial break, man. Long commercial break. Pick has been in for Chicago. Houston traded up. Houston traded up. Houston traded up. Houston traded up, guys. Houston just traded up. They jumped the line to pick 26. I knew it was going to happen, man. I knew it was going to happen. Houston has traded up. We have traded up after the Bears. Who do we like? Who do we like? Who do we like, man? We have traded up, guys. I don't know what we gave. I don't know the compensation. I see we still have our high second round pick, you would hope, because we moved up like, 2 spots. But we have traded up. Okay, I really don't care about this Bears pick now. I'm going to be honest, but we have traded up. I won't be reading the chat because I don't want to get spoiled. So I will talk to myself for a bit here. But Houston is up next after the Bears pick. Oh my God, and it just went to another ad. I'm not going to get spoiled. I'm not going to get spoiled. Okay, it's got to be a defensive player, right? You're thinking it's got to be a defensive player that Houston traded up for. Guys, we will have a first-round selection, our first-round selection since Will Anderson Jr. This will be our first-round pick since Will Anderson Jr., because D'Amico Ryans and Nick Caserio have decided to trade up a couple of spots, nothing crazy, just to secure their guy. They have a guy in mind that they really like, and they want to make sure that no one else takes him. So let's get this freaking Bears pick out of the way so we can see what we've done. Wait, did we give up the 3rd round pick? What did we give up? That sounds expensive. That sounds really expensive what we gave up. I heard some things I didn't like, but we'll play it out. What did we give up? Did we give up the 3rd round pick to move up? I don't want to get spoiled, so I'm going to look at the compensation after. I'm going to look at the pick now. Dude, I'm nervous, dude. Oh, man, I'm nervous. It's not even my pick, or it's not even our pick yet. I'm nervous. All right, Bears at 25. Houston's going to be at 26. It's Thieneman and McNeil Warren who are on the board, Michael.
With the 25th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Dylan Thieneman, defensive back, Oregon.
So the guy that everybody
They take Thieneman. Why did we trade up if they just took Thieneman? Why did we trade up if they just took Thieneman? Okay, we gave up 28, 63. Did we have 63? I don't think we had 63. And 168? Oh, I'll look at the trade in a second. Texans on clock at 26 and 91 in exchange for. I'll look at the trade up later. Dude, Thieneman was by far the best player available. I'm a little concerned now. Hopefully they were going defensive line though. Like there's no way the Texans traded up for Thieneman for him to go right before, right? Like that should not have happened. And if they trade back, that'll be hilarious. Not really, but don't think they will. Guys, Houston's on the clock. Again, I am not reading the chat because I don't want to get spoiled. Don't want to get spoiled, so I'm not reading the chat. I can see it updating, but I really don't want to get spoiled. Okay, it's got to be a defensive player. No way they trade up for Pregnon, right? No way they trade up for Besantis. Do they like C.J. Allen? Do they like Peter Woods, Kristen Miller? Look, all year long, or not all year long, for these past couple of weeks, I've been saying this is probably Kristen Miller or Peter Woods or a very cool edge. Keldrick Falk's on the board, guys. If they want to go Keldrick Falk, that's exciting as Miami trades up with San Francisco. Miami and San Francisco just get traded. I'm not reading the chat. I can see it updating. I don't know if you guys have spoiled it. I don't want to be spoiled. But as long as it's not Chase Besantis or Emmanuel Pregnon, I think I can live. I think I can live because I trust D'Amico. As long as this is a defensive pick, I can live. I think that's what I'll say. Again, not reading the chat. Dude, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous right now. It's not even funny. I really wanted Thieneman. I thought that would have been fun, but hey, they no longer should pick a safety. I like Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, but do you really need a safety? I don't think so. You need a defensive tackle. You could do it. You could use a pass rusher. I'm so nervous, dude. I am so nervous right now. I am so nervous. I am so nervous right now. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Okay, I'll look at the trade. I'll look at the trade in a second. Again, not exactly sure what the compensation was. Sounded like a multi-pick deal. But the Texans have decided to move up to the 26th pick. Thieneman goes right before they select. Oh my God, of course they're going to interview him. I don't care anymore, bro. Just let me get to my team, bro. I'm not trying to listen to Thieneman, bro. I don't care. Well, he looks so different on the camera. He looks really different. I don't care, bro. Give me to the Texans, man. The Texans moved up. It's just, this has to be a defensive player. As long as it's a defensive player, I think I'm fine. Because I can live with D'Amico Ryans getting his guy. I can live with D'Amico Ryans getting his guy. As long as it's a defensive player. Trade? Trade. What? Whoa. Okay, no, it's us. Pick us in, guys. Pick us in. I was like, why are they showing the trade graphic again? Okay, they're showing it again. Who is it, man? For a second, I thought they were trading back after that, but they're not. The pick is in. Oh, my God, the pick is in. I'm going to have a heart attack. I would be fine with Keldrick Falk. I'd be fine with Zion Young. I'd be fine with Christian Miller. I'd be fine with Peter Woods, okay? That's my top four. Keldrick Falk, Zion Young, Peter Woods, Christian Miller. No offense. No offense.
Anderson doing a massive deal. Let's see what they do now.
With the 26th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Keelan Rutledge, guard, Georgia Tech.
One of my favorite players. I got asked by a lot of folks who my favorite player was in the draft, and this is my answer, CD. So we're singing the same song here because of how this dude finishes. Just watch the strain to finish. That's the term we like to throw out there. This is, I just want to show that aspect of this guy's game. You see the size, you see his ability to anchor, all those things. Let's just watch this dude finish. Look at him just keep going, driving. We're 20 yards down the field. We're not stopping until you're on your back, and that's what he does. And it's every single time you get to watch him. These are all finishes. You want to set a tone with your offensive line, this guy is going to be very popular with his running backs because of what he does in the run game.
Brent Key, very tough coach, right? Down at Georgia Tech, said this guy is the toughest player he's ever coached.
Yeah, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. That is a windshield that they just drafted.
The Dolphins, Bills.
Fuck out of here with that, bro.
As we look over our dashboard and through our windshield.
Are you shitting me? Keelan Rutledge at 28? You pick a 38, bro. You pick a 38. Yeah, fuck this shit, bro. Rutledge? You don't even take Pregnon? You take Rutledge? You trade up for Rutledge, dude? Dude, this is why this team will never fucking go anywhere, bro. I swear to God. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted, dude. I'm so disgusted. I'm so disgusted. Like, he's a solid player, okay? He's a good player. Yes, there was a lot of reporting that Rutledge could sneak in to the first round. Dude, I just I was worried about Basantis. I was worried they were going to pick Basantis, and they pick Rutledge, dude. What is the chat saying, man? Guys, we traded up to 26 for Keelan Rutledge. Emmanuel Pregnon's the best guard available. So do they not like his age? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to work it out. Do they obviously don't feel like they need an edge because there were way more talented players there. I was thinking they wanted Tiedemann, but Tiedemann goes right before. They pass up on Falk, Zion Young. They pass up on every D tackle except for Miller. You cannot convince me that he would not have been there at 38. Let's see what the Dolphins do. But I mean, dog, what are we doing? Like, dog, this is terrible. This is terrible, man. I mean, it's like I'm trying. I'm at a loss for words, man. Literally, I said, as long as it's not Chase Basantis, And then I said, as long as it's not an offensive player, as long as it's just a defensive player and D'Amico gets his guy. They have an astronomical grade on Rutledge. I've never mocked him higher than the second round. Shout out to Texans takeover because he had that pick. Who are the Dolphins taking? This better be Pregnon, I swear to God. This better be Pregnon.
The Miami Dolphins select Chris Johnson, defensive back, San Diego State.
Chris Johnson sneaking into the first round's interesting. I mean, I'm kind of hyped on him as a player, though, but I mean, still. Talk, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out, bro. There's no way. I just watched my team go from 28 to 26, give up capital because they were scared that they were gonna get sniped from a guard, and Chris Johnson goes after, dude. Come, what are we doing, bro? Turn this shit off, man. Let me figure out what we gave up. Guys. Guys, there's no way we're hyping this up. Stop hyping this up. Stop hyping this up. This is a shitty ass move. I guess. Yeah, I guess he beats out Wyatt Teller. He damn sure better not beat out Ed Ingram. The Bills get... Oh, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose my fucking mind, dude. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. And let me tell you why. The Texans are on the clock at 26. They gave up 28 for 26. They gave up 69 and 167 for 91. So to move up 2 spots, they gave up 69 and 167 for 91. They went from 69 to 91 to move up 2 spots, and they gave away 167. That is atrocious. The Patriots get Caleb Lomu, who is more talented than Rutledge. Caleb Lomu is tackle. I understand that. It's just it's so easy to see this going wrong when Emmanuel Pregnon and Chase Besantis are still on the board. It's insane. They like him a lot. Why do they like? I got to go rewatch the tape. Hear me out. I got to go rewatch him. I don't freaking want to. I want to watch Keldrick Falk or Zion Young go kill someone. I got to go watch this Rutledge dude again. What I saw, I was like, he's fine. Look, I mean, at least we can't bitch about them not trying to protect C.J. Stroud. And I fully agree with that. But, I mean, C.J. Stroud has no excuse. If C.J. Stroud does not throw 4,000 passing yards, whatever. I don't even know. Buffalo just keeps trading back because everybody's retarded, bro. Oh, my God. I gotta put this jersey on. I shouldn't have taken the jersey off. That's my bad. I was emotional, but you got to be kidding me, man. Why are we hyping this up? Dude, stop hyping this up, guys. Not talking about the chat. I'm not talking about the chat. I'm talking about Instagram. Stop hyping this shit up, bro. We gave up 68 for 91. If you would have told me that, I would have been like, what the fuck? 69 for 60 68 for 91 to move up 2 spots, I would have been like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I would have been like, timeout. Dog. They also gave up 167. Like, I get it. It's a late pick, but like, these picks don't come out of nowhere, man. Brian brings up a good point. He says he doesn't like the pick, so let's not attack him. He says, do you think this is a center and a guard pick? Like they will have him take reps at center. It's a good point because I forgot to bring it up. Yes, Rutledge has stated and has taken snaps at center. That is true. But this is one of the best center classes like you're ever going to see. Why do this in the first round? Why take... It's actually worse. It's worse if he plays center because then you just drafted a center in the first round. Like not even a true center. Like I get it. He's more versatile. He can fill in gaps and stuff. Dog, this is like dead ass the worst scenario I could have ever imagined. Like that's just my opinion. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm sure he's a great kid. I'm sure he's got this swarm mentality. Oh, look at me. I'm all swarm. I can protect CJ. Will you start? Probably not. He's probably not going to start. Okay. Unless he beats out Wyatt Teller, which is another thing. If he beats out Wyatt Teller, fine. But Emmanuel Pregnon's still on the board. Chase Basantis is still on the board. There's so many ways this pick can be terrible. I'm just going to leave it at that. Glegg brings up a great point, and I'm going to read it out. Buffalo just fleeced Caserio in that trade. He's a fucking idiot. No one else was taking Rutledge in round 1. You're preaching to the choir, dude. No one was taking Rutledge in round 1. And no one was giving up pick 68 to move up 2 spots. You chose to move back from like 68 to 91. You gave up 167 to move up 2 spots to get Rutledge. Like, yes, New England moved up to pick Lomu, so maybe they got ahead of a little bit of a tackle run. Sure, but dog. Like, you've got to be fucking with me, right? Like, this can't be the lifestyle, the eternity that I was born into, right? Like, I love the city of Houston with all my heart. Like, that's my home. But sometimes I think, why? Why was it me that got put in this city? When the Rockets can't beat a banged-up Lakers team, the Astros are injured, and they give up runs every day. And now I watch Rutledge get taken in the first round, giving up capital, dude. Like, am I being dramatic? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe. But I also don't care. There were so many good defensive players. They better pick Peter Woods on day 2. That's the only way they're going to make up for this. Michael says Rutledge is solid, not where I would have gone, but I'm not going to shit on the pick. Michael, I agree with you, man. Rutledge is solid. But, dog, this is pick 26 we're talking about. We got to weigh in some opportunity cost, right? Like, what could we have gotten? I'm at a loss for words, and let's see if he was a top 30 visit. I guarantee he was. Let's see. He wasn't even a top 30 visit. He wasn't even a top 30 visit, dude. What the fuck? Oh, no, 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 no. Why? He was right there. He was right there, dude. Peter Woods was right there. Guys, I can't do it, man. I don't know if I can keep doing it, man. I don't know if I can keep watching this. Peter Woods goes at 29. Peter Woods goes at 29. But I'm glad we got a backup guard. Peter Woods goes to the Kansas City Chiefs at 29. Who's Buffalo going to pick? But Buffalo might as well just pick Christian Miller. Just get it over with. Dude. Glegg says, I'm not going to throw shade at Rutledge for the pick. Good kid, good ball player. I hope he pans out the way Houston believes he will. He better be an all-pro. I mean, he better be Quentin Nelson. I mean, not that, obviously. He better be a day one starter. There is no reason Rutledge should not beat out Wyatt Miller. If you take Rutledge at 26, you believe he is your starting left guard. And he is beating out Wyatt Teller. The Jets, wow, no. Sorry, the Jets traded to hop in front of Buffalo. Wait, who the hell are the Jets trading back in for? Who the hell is this a quarterback? Don't tell me it's a quarterback, right? Surely this isn't a quarterback. The Jets are trading back in at 30. There goes my draft crush. Awesome. Yay. Oh, God, bro. Bro, when Falk fell, I thought we were going to go defensive end. Dude, I literally said Zion Young, Peter Woods, Christian Miller, Keldrick Falk. Those are the 4 players I was happy with. I literally said, just please don't pick offense. If it's defense, at least I know D'Amico knows what he's talking about. And not only do they go offense, they don't do Pregnon, they don't do Basantis, which is fine. I'm not a huge Basantis guy. They go Rutledge. Guys, the thing is, they pick in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They pick in 8 picks. That's the thing, guys. The Texans pick at pick 38. Like, you cannot tell me Rutledge could have been a 38 pick, bro. Like, you can't convince me that, man. It's so stupid, bro. So stupid. The Jets get Omar Cooper Jr. at 30. Good for the Jets, man. Good for every other team, honestly. Let's see who Buffalo picks, who they traded back twice for. It's just inexcusable, dude. I'm sorry. It's inexcusable. It's inexcusable to leak that much value to trade up 2 spots. It's inexcusable. That's bad general managing. That tells you that they believe Rutledge is an all-pro player. Like, that's what they believe. And look, I'm not saying he can't be that. I'm saying it's unlikely. I don't think he can. I'm not saying he can't be it. He better be it. He's your day one left guard. Whatever. I'm going to stop talking about it because it's just going to piss me off. The good news is no other D linemen have gone besides Peter Woods. Like, who could have used Peter Woods, right? 3 tech that can get to the quarterback instantly. Insane pass rush ability, right? Who cares about that? Christian Miller is still on the board. Keldrick Falk is still on the board. Cassius Howell still on the board. TJ Parker is still on the board. Denzel Boston, if you want to go receiver. Eli Stowers, Max Clare, like, yeah, they're still there. Girish says, I am now convinced San Francisco wanted Rutledge. I will hold on to that to maintain a shred of sanity. Yeah, I think San Francisco wanted Rutledge if they did want him. If San Francisco wants Rutledge, let them have him. Like, if the Texans pick Pregnon at 28, like, are we really complaining? Like, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to go watch this tape again. Like, I admit that. Rutledge was like, dude, he was like my 3rd guard option. Tennessee's trading into the 1st with Buffalo again. Wow. Buffalo hates the 1st round. Tennessee's up, guys. Dude, if Tennessee does something, I'm gonna lose my mind if they do what I think they're about to do. I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. I'm just lose my mind if they do what I think they're gonna do. Who are the Titans picking?
We send our regards to the Bills fans that have been staying up all night waiting for the Bills to choose 26
Yeah, I think Tennessee's going D-line. And if this is Christian Miller, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't think it'll probably be Keldrick Falk. Shocker, but let's see. Houston's still, I mean, we pick at 38, which is good. What could end up happening is, let's be positive, because I was negative for like 20 minutes. Maybe the Texans get a player like Christian Miller at 38, and then it's like, okay, you just flop those two players. You piss off the 68th pick. Who needs that? You piss off 167. Who needs that? And then it's like, it makes sense. It's just you're leaking so much value. That's why even if they get a really good player at 38, like we traded up to get Rutledge. So again, I'm sure he's a great guy. I have nothing personally against him. I hope he does well. I mean, seriously, I hope he does well for Nick Casario's sake. But Robert Saleh is probably getting his defensive player because they played nice and got Carnell Tate for Cam Ward. So we'll see what he does now at 31. And then we've got Seattle, and that's about it. Just as long as it's not, and I don't think it will be, as long as it's not Christian Miller or Keldrick Falk or Zion Young, I'll be fine.
Before the Titans pick, congratulations, you set a record for the first night of the draft, 320,000.
Don't care. I don't care. Tell me the pick, dude. I don't give a shit. Tell me the pick. As long as it's not Zion Young, Keldrick Falk, Christian Miller.
NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans select Keldrick Falk, defensive end, Auburn.
You were on that, CD, thinking about pass rushers. To me, that's right about where I thought he belonged to. He's my 29th overall player. They got him at what, here at 31?
Yep. Right in the wheelhouse for getting him.
And I'll be curious to see how they deploy him.
That's going to be the thing because for me, guys.
Saleh obviously thinks he's worthy enough of trading back into the first round for, like, he's probably going to be good. All right. I mean, the good news is it wasn't a D tackle. D tackle's more of a need. Christian Miller's still there. Christian Miller's still on the board. But getting out drafted by the Titans, well, I can't really say that because they picked Carnell Tate. But that's very frustrating that we're going to have to see Keldrick Falk twice a year. Girish says this is a great example of why I think NFL boards are very different to what we see, and they feel bad info on the outside. Maybe Rutledge was high on the boards for everyone. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to hear and see what happened. I just find it hard to believe that all of the analysts, all of the draft prognosticators, all of the people who enjoy doing mock drafts were all wrong on Pregnon. Because that's kind of what's happening, right? They were really wrong on Rutledge. So again, I hope he makes me look like an idiot. I hope Rutledge goes out there. He's the starting left guard for this team for 10 years. I hope he makes me look stupid. I hope this is clipped in the future. I hope I'm a terrible human being for ever hating the pick. But you got to show me something first. You got to show me something first. $260. I'm sure you couldn't have developed an edge rusher like Keldrick Falk, right, D'Amico? Brian brings up a good point. Yes, Pregnon is 25 years old. And again, I didn't want a guard. I didn't want a guard at 28. I fucking damn near didn't want it at 26. Yeah, I didn't want a guard. That's why I didn't want a guard. I wanted someone like Peter Woods, who the Chiefs obviously thought was good enough to spend a first-round pick on. But I guess it makes sense. Just go all out on offense. We'll figure it out. Tommy Togiai, Logan Jones, Sheldon Rankins is there somewhere. We'll figure it out on the defense. Let's just focus all on the offense. I mean, you still have to take good offensive players, but Yeah. True. I mean, if you guys watch sorry, they don't even know what I'm talking about. Gurish said one thing about Rutledge is that there's people, fans included, who really love the guy. If you go watch the mock draft I did with Texans Takeover, he predicted this. He didn't predict this quietly. He said that he believed Rutledge would go higher than expected, and he was really high on Rutledge, and Rutledge was his favorite guard. Rutledge ends up going in the first at 26. I don't know if he predicted that, but yeah, I mean, some people like him. I never fell in love with him initially, and then I never really went back to him because I never really liked him. So I hope he proves me wrong. Seriously. I mean, I don't have an ego at all. If he proves me wrong, I'll own up to it. I'll look stupid. I'll take that risk. And yeah, I hope he proves me wrong. Got to stop looking in the past. He's on the team. He better beat out Wyatt Teller. I'll say that much. And yeah, just protect CJ. Make this team better. We know this team wants to run the football. David Montgomery, all that stuff. So yeah, just wish we would have gotten him in the second round, and I would have stopped bitching a long time ago. So. Logan Hall is going to be a legit beast. That is my dark horse for next year. Oh yeah, they'll figure out a way to use Logan Hall. Maybe it's just simply a scarcity thing, right? Like maybe D'Amico knows he can develop a pile of shit on the D-line, right, and make it good. But maybe he's like offensive line. We just need a guy who we believe in, and that's who he believes in. Gurish says, I will say if they actually solve the offensive line problems today and tomorrow for the next 5 years, we'll forget about this pretty quick. 100%. 100%. Even if we think Rutledge can play center, that means not only did we pay a first-round pick on a very heavy center class, but we traded up for him, stupid. I could not agree more. That's what I said. It's actually worse if he plays center. It's worse if he plays center. Because center is just not as valuable of a position, and you gave up all that capital. He better play guard, and he better beat out Wyatt Teller. Black continues. He says, even if we think Rutledge can play center, that means not only... oh, yeah, that was double text. So, yeah, I think I answered this, Charlo. Again, if he moves to center, it's again, a bad pick. Maybe they like him because he's versatile, because he can play center and guard. But this is a really good center class, and I understand the idea of two birds with one stone. You just can't convince me, man. You can't convince me that that's what they were planning. Who is Seattle picking?
We're proud to continue recognizing our long-standing partnership.
You're good, dude. You're good, Tex. It's obviously not directed at you or anything. I'm just really frustrated with the pick. Yeah, there's Connor Liu, Sam Hecht, Logan Jones, Jake Slaughter. I mean, that's 4 off rip that you could have picked at the second round.
And is now a two-time cancer survivor. This is a wish come true for Dylan, and a chance to take part in one of the most exciting moments in our league. Dylan, when you're ready, stage is yours.
Who did the Seattle Seahawks select? It better not be Christian Miller. I like this kid. He's got heart.
With the 32nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jadarian Price, Notre Dame, running back.
Makes sense. You got rid of Kenneth Walker. You need a running back. The running back class is shit. So now you have 2 first-round running backs. Look, Jadarian Price is solid. That pick doesn't affect me at all. I was not really a Jadarian Price advocate for him this early. Black did call it. It is Jadarian Price. Solid. Gurish says, one other thing we don't have is information on how the interviews went. I'm sure he aced him. And look, I'm not necessarily against the interview guy. Like, I understand you need to present yourself. You need to have the right swarm mindset. But give me a good football player too. Like, if you're building up a good culture, sometimes you need guys who test that culture. And again, there were better players. I'm sorry. There were better players at 28. There were better players at 26. I believe there were better players, but I'll look into it, I guess. And like we said, Miller, yeah. Like everyone who wanted McDonald at 28, again, I didn't like that idea because he's just not that valuable. And Christian Miller is still there. Maybe the Texans will trade up for him there. So, with that being said, the Houston Texans select, much to my dismay, Keelan Rutledge at pick 26. They traded up with Buffalo. They gave up pick 26, or excuse me, they gave up pick 28 for 26. They gave up 68 for 91, and they also gave up 167. So they gave up 28, 68, 167 for 26 and 91. That alone is shocking, but they must have really wanted to get in front of San Francisco to take Rutledge. I can get behind that. I can understand that. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of good D tackles. Black Lightning says, who do you think we go now with the early second? I think it's Christian Miller. I think they take Christian Miller. I was expecting him at 28. I think they go Christian Miller at 38 or whatever the pick is. I don't really know what to think now. Maybe they go tight end too. They better not go any other offensive linemen. That's for damn sure. And then there's still some edges out there like Cassius Howell, TJ Parker. You know, some of those guys didn't get their names called. Zion Young. Zion Young got a DUI, though, so I don't know if he's a swarm guy, if he got a DUI. Yeah, I mean, I can confidently say, though, I never predicted this. So you can go back in all my mock drafts. I mocked Rutledge to the Texans in the second round, never in the first, though. Brian says, I think someone will jump the Texans tomorrow for Miller. They will have to settle for McDonald. Black Lightning, we're talking about Christian Miller. Yeah, someone's probably going to jump the Texans. It makes you wonder if the Texans will jump them. I'm really disappointed. Like, I just... My nightmare scenario was Chase Besantis, and it got worse. I guess it makes me feel a little better that no other team picked on Pregnon. But again, I'm sure other teams had Pregnon higher than Rutledge, and you probably could have gotten Rutledge in the second round if you could have gotten Emmanuel freaking Pregnon in the second round. So, June, we got Rutledge, Keelan Rutledge. Yeah, we got a guard. Well, I think I'll wrap it up, guys. If you guys were in this live stream, I appreciate that so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, although I assume most of you guys are probably already subscribed as well. If you want to see my reaction to this, you can probably jump back in the stream to see my reaction to the Texans pick. And I'll also make a video of it on the channel, so be on the lookout for that. I want Rutledge to prove me wrong. I want him to make me look like a blumbering idiot. I hope he does. But that being said, let's take a look at the positives. We're getting more protection for CJ Stroud. We're giving him a very good offensive line that, for what it's worth, should give him no more excuses. This is a contract year for him. We'll see how he does. And yeah, I guess I'll be back. I'll probably be back live again tomorrow. If you guys want to hop in for rounds 2 and 3, probably be live there tomorrow. As always, I will see you guys in the next one.